Why do I do that? Why do I always do this? What am I doing?
You're getting ready.
I don't know. Is that it? It's like I'm trying to do magic. Am I warming my hands up? They're not cold. I don't know. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the KotoKai Robo-Dojo. I'm not a sensei, but this is my channel. We're here on the Horsemen Buildoff live stream. Yet again, this is number 11, I think, because we were off last week observing the social media blackout. So thank you guys for stopping by this evening, checking it out. I know that there are a few of you out there. I swear, even though the counter says there's no one. But we're here setting our shit up and getting our lives together as we're all trying to struggle our way through this madness and chaos and build something cool and have a good time. With me this evening, I've got these wonderful, fabulous, beautiful gentlemen, amazing builders. Babs is muted, so I can't hear him. You know these guys. If you don't know these guys, who are you?
I'm Chris Babs.
Chris Babs?
That's Julio.
I'm an average gunpla builder.
Oh, come on, Phil. You are not so average.
My name's Phil. I build toy robots.
He
How are you?
busts it down.
I do occasionally do that.
Am I allowed in here? Says Frank Wah. I don't know.
Nah, go home. Go to sleep. Take a nap.
Wow.
Julio did.
I took a good one. Good chooch nap.
He says he's home and he's also asleep. So sure.
It's not bad.
Those would both do it. Yeah.
That would be
Oh, Pabs.
that'd be penultimate. That'd be ultimate +1.
I placed an order today for a resin conversion kit.
Oh no! What did you get?
I got the RG new.
Oh no!
Galactic Toys.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't get the Shining, bro.
I didn't even think about it, to tell you the truth. I was just like, fuck it. My first conversion, go RG new. It's in the back. Did the full resin, but a conversion I haven't done yet, so I'm very excited about it.
You chose a pretty good one. I mean, you've been there at the streams. You know how nice the fit is on this thing. So
yeah, it's gonna be sweet.
It's gonna be sweet.
It's gonna be sweet. I'm excited. I really wanted it for the chisels, the mad work handles, because I'm using this crazy setup. It's not the greatest. Yeah, this dookie. I'm trying. What are you doing, Paz? What are you working on? What are you working on, Brian? What are you working on, Phil?
I don't know. I haven't gotten that far.
Let's have people that are actually working on something show off what they're working on.
Oh, I'm not working on the Horsemen, but I'll pull them out and work on them. I've been working on the.
I feel bad. I haven't worked on mine in a while either.
Yeah. I've been working on removing material from this Barbatos and adding details. It's going pretty well.
That's the HG, right? HG.
Yeah.
Oh,
straight backpack right off. Yeah, the HG. Added some stuff to his legs. Removed some stuff. Added some stuff. Added some stuff to his arms. Make some holes.
What did you subtract so far?
I've deepened or subtracted most of the lines that are already on there. Mm-hmm. I took gaps out of here and on the arms. Dug out some of the chest, some of the shoulders. What else did I do? I made holes in the arms and added some thrusters in there for some detail.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was thinking about cutting into here, like the whole side of it. I don't know where though. It's a weird angle, weird shape. I got to subtract more. I just don't know what to do. Let's do this month.
Let's do this month?
Yeah, the 27th. So I got to subtract some more and then paint them up. I think it'll be good. Good to go.
You got some time.
Yeah, I got some time. The 27th, so like
it's less than 3 days. 2.5 weeks.
Sunday?
Yeah. So I'm gonna put in some work on this boy. It's nice too because I didn't feel like doing anything for a while. The deadline's coming. I'm like, all right, gotta work now.
No, it's definitely tough. I was just actually talking to my wife earlier today about roadblocks in creativity. She's a writer, and how It happens across the board ultimately.
It really does.
It's hard to work on a project when you're not excited about it. So.
Very much so.
Yeah, especially for her when it comes to writing. She writes. She writes for work, but she also creatively writes. She's got a few books under her belt, but hasn't published any yet. But she's just talking to me about how if you're not excited about the thing that you're working on, or if you don't have, at least when it comes for her for writing, if you don't have the kismet, the right setup, it's not gonna flow. So it's tough, especially when it comes to block on projects. For us, it's easier. We can pick something up, put something down, smaller, a little more tangible than that kind of concept or world building. But
yeah, super true, man.
Mm-hmm.
The last couple of weeks have been real crazy. I didn't really want to work on anything, but I've been dabbling here and there. I actually jumped into the Surge last night, and that was super
fun. You're playing Surge 2, right?
Yeah, boy.
That looks like fun.
I haven't played the second one yet, but I haven't played it yet.
The second one is easier than the first one in terms of playability, but in difficulty, it's still hard. Like it's still
of course,
hard
it should be. But the mechanics are a little smoother, perhaps.
Yeah.
Quality of life upgrades and whatnot.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I went back into the Surge, the first one, when I saw that there was a couple of DLCs for it that I didn't realize. So I picked up the DLCs, went back into it with fresh, and now since I know the game well, I got the the high level gear right away at the beginning because I just
jump in there,
farm the bosses or whatever the fuck it is, and do that thing. And yeah.
But
what's going on in Pab's world? Pabs, you look attentive. I see you.
I'm just paying attention to what everybody's saying. I like to pay attention so I can ask questions that are unnecessary. If you guys have saw my my social media feed in the last couple of days, I posted pictures of the Sinon Blue. Finally, it's not 100% completed because the accessories and stuff is still back there, one of these bags somewhere. Yeah. But that's kind of an ongoing thing. I'm still trying to find the motivation to finish off the Neo Zeong. But that's neither here nor there. Right now, I am actually working on, again, if you've seen the social media for the last couple of days, the 1/100. It's got its back to you because you need to see this movie because it's big. It's one of the main things that you see. So that I've been working on. You can see like some of the small details I've been adding, like this little bar right here, which is completely one piece. So I had to really get in there and mask that. You've got the I don't know. Oh, actually, it's not even there. It's gonna be a piece somewhere, right? Yes, it is. So here's the back of the wound wart. If I can focus, it's not gonna focus, is it? No, it is not. Kinda. There you go. Yeah, kind of. So 3-tone grays, bunch of grays, bunch of reds, and then also I had been hand painting a lot of these red tipped thingies.
Ooh,
red tipped thingies. Look at
phalanges.
The phalanges. So everything's just been. So all of these little pieces have been layer after upon layer of the Tamiya XF7 enamel. Using my premium God Hand Kamifude brushwork pros.
God Hand here.
Hey, Abs, if somebody was interested in finding out more about those God Hand brushes, where might they look?
Oh, you guys can check out Gunpla Network. They are they're a pretty massive Facebook group of 32,000, but they do also run a fairly large YouTube channel. They had asked me to do a quick review of these God Hand brushes. When that is currently live on the site right now. So if you guys want to check that out, see what it's all about, see why they are so premium.
They worked really, really hard on it.
Yeah, I worked very hard in it, man. I took so many takes of me saying stuff. It was so bad.
Do that.
But so that's kind of the chunk of what I've been working on. A lot of reverse washes. I've been reverse washing these guys. These are the forearms. Also, I know people kind of want to see this whenever they see the wound wart. But here's the goddess crest.
Ooh,
to do it.
I thought you were gonna shiny gold it.
I was very tempted to, but I just didn't like the fact that it was going to be the only gold thing on the whole thing. So
that's exactly why you do it.
I don't want to, man. I'm following the whole thing here. I didn't really want any metallics on it.
I feel.
Yeah, so
is that banked?
It is. There's a
Oh,
slight.
no.
There's a slight bend on the left fin.
Yeah,
So you can see
dude.
it right there. But
Yeah.
so I've actually been very tempted to just take the straight one and bend it too, because I kind of like the bend on there.
Yeah, it's
It's organic.
easier to mirror the bend than it would be to correct it to straight.
Yeah.
honestly.
So this thing is tiny. You can see like this is my thumb. Like I don't have small hands. I don't have large hands. They're pretty average size, but this thing's tiny. This
He's
is
just
very,
right.
Yeah, I'm just right. I'm average.
Phil knows exactly what to say all the time.
But yeah, so here's the goddess crest, all yellowed up, and that's pretty much it. Like I'm pretty close to finishing the arms, and then it's on to like the biggest part of this thing, which is like the feet. And then it's all feet after that, and then the weapon, which is also massive. So that's going to be a trip.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
Though.
yeah, I think so. It's a pretty standard Pabs paint job, right? The purple, 3 tones everywhere, very pastel. But I think it should come out okay. I mean, I've not seen anybody use lavender on a wound wart yet. I think Manny said something that he was going to do something. But
I saw he got some purples recently. I saw them.
He's using purples. He's not using lavender, so we're fine.
True.
But yeah, that's me in a nutshell. Also, if I can just tilt this thing up, currently I am testing. If I move it this way.
Oh! The popcorn machine.
Yeah, so that is currently printing right now. I'm running a test print. Once that works out, I already have a couple of tools planned. Nothing massive, because this thing is actually quite tiny. Again, my average size hand right there.
Printing parts.
Yeah, so I do have I know I've showed Julio, but there is a bust that I downloaded that I'm going to try out on this thing. There's also some sanding sticks I have planned, as well as a runner stand, but not like those massive ones, like the ones that you just attach to like a peg.
Yeah.
So stuff like that. It's pretty loud for me, but if you guys can't hear it, then that's fine. So
yeah, we can.
Apart from that, that's me, man. Like,
That's dope as hell, Pabs. I need to get me one, son. You got me hyped. I don't even know where I would put it in
You're
here.
like the 5th guy I know that got one this week.
This week.
This week, I'm not kidding.
It's
Like
very-
all of my friends ordered one this week. It's crazy.
I mean, it's so ridiculously affordable. Like, I mean, why wouldn't you? You know, I mean, if it helps. I mean, not necessarily by making parts for your kids, but like making tools or things that could help you create things or scratchbook things. Why not, right? So
Super true.
Yeah, so we're gonna try this out. We're gonna next thing I'm gonna print once this test print is done is that bust. We're gonna try that out, see if we can create something kind of cool. It is. Quick note though, once I do stop posting it, it is not my design. Like that bust is not my design.
Okay.
It is somebody else's. I will credit that person. Yeah, you guys can check it out. And if you have a 3D printer yourself, give it a try.
Man, I am so thinking about it, dude.
It's like what, 220, 230?
Yeah, there's nothing. It's damn it.
It's
I can't. I spent all my money on my freaking computer. I can't do it.
Yeah.
Speaking of new computer and new setup, we got this guy over here, Mr. Phil.
Yeah.
Watermark just barely doesn't cover your face.
Sorry, this is oh hey, how about that? Whatever. Nobody gives a shit. This is all new stuff. Sorry if it's not clear to see or whatever. I'm still kind of getting
It's clear.
It's pretty clear. Yeah. What is it? Why is it red? And where can I get one?
But these are where did this guy come from? This was in a board game called Blackstone Fortress that I liked briefly, but I like the models a lot more. So taking them apart and painting them because I have more fun with minis than robots these days. So I don't know. We'll see. Seeing if I can take a break for a little bit and get my interest back.
That's fine, man. I mean, minis are cool. I like minis.
Yeah.
I've never painted a mini, but I like the way they look.
I've got a bunch of resin coming in here in the next couple of weeks. I've got a couple 4 or 5 busts, and I got stuff to do. So
hell yeah,
trying to break things up a little bit so that I don't get burnt out.
That's a good idea. That's
a game,
man.
We'll see. I've been having fun painting on Wednesdays with Julio, and
I can't wait to paint tomorrow.
Joel and I got a couple of projects that we're cooking on, and there's
Joel,
yeah. So that'd
he
be
has
fun.
a beard.
Joel doesn't work on anything.
He does.
He's working on that Cricut machine right now to make that vinyl.
Where the hell is my part separator?
I do like that though. It looks pretty sweet. If you guys have seen that Tekadan logo
Oh yeah.
that he cut out, that looks, I like it. I like it a lot.
I'll walk it.
I do like an iron flower. That'll be fun.
What I was working on today, so I took a little step back in time, and I started working on this SD again. So I started putting some paint down. I got some of this green. This is not going to show well because that's just how life treats me these days. But I painted and did a ton of masking. So there's a bunch of different colors that I have to lay down, several different like sections of masking. So I can remove a section of masking, mask around it, and paint another color without like interfering with the masking next to it. It's all part of the game. But I had a lot of fun laying the screen down. The more this green I lay down, the more I like it.
Mm-hmm. It is nice. That is nice. A nice green.
Yeah, it is a signal green from Ammo Acrylics. I have been generously thinning it down with my, I used the Createx, the hell brand is this? What number is this?
So
40,
would you
12 high performance alcohol reducer, and also I use flow improver. So I throw flow improver in there as well. It ends up being about 50 reducer flow improver, so mix of flow improver and reducer at 50-50, and like paint at similar volume. So
would you call it a Neo Greon?
Yo, that was pretty good. Actually, because of the amount of thinner that I put in it, the alcohol is just, you can use water too, but I just like to use the high performance reducer. But because this paint tends to be incredibly opaque, if you've ever used this Ammo acrylic, it is very opaque and it goes very flat as well. So to get any sort of translucency to it, throw a bunch down, throw a bunch of thinner in it. Not even just thinner, but you have to, in my opinion, you have to use the flow improver because it gives it more of like a plasticity, or it gives it more of a gel. It's like a glaze. If you're thinking like Phil and his mini painting or whatever,
Use the viscosity.
Or but it also gives you translucency as well as depth. So when it dries, it doesn't dry as like a flat matte layer. It dries as something with a little bit of depth, like you're dealing with oil paints, which is just like a pigment or a metal in suspension within some sort of like binder or whatever. That's how that works. You get layers, and that's what makes oil painting so beautiful, is that you build up all these wonderful layers that are all translucent, and that's how you get the depth of skin and cloth and richness of tone. At least that's what they teach you in the schools.
The schools.
I want to fly. I didn't fly this yet, but I want to fly this down at the bottom of the screen, because if you guys need any models or tools or anything like that, you guys can go talk to Adam and anyone else at USA Gundam Store. Super helpful. Everyone is usually helpful. I know there's some complaints about the header on the store being too big online. I think that's weird. I don't understand that myself, but go check it out. They just made some new graphics. They got some cool new stickers coming out with your boy Terry T.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, right? You guys heard about that, right?
Yeah.
Gorgeous work, man. Seriously.
Yes, amazing work, as always.
Actually, Phil, Zach Blake from Galactic Toys has a question for you. Says, what company did you say made those minis, Phil?
The one I was holding there was a Citadel.
Citadel. Very well-known brand, I think. I wouldn't know.
They've been around for a while.
They do a couple things here and there. You may have heard of them.
I don't know. Yeah. Sorry to interrupt.
It's Blackstone. Whole bunch of people in the chat that we haven't said what up to.
What up, man?
Obviously, we're picking on Frankie because we love him. Manny's out there.
What up, Manny?
C. Greg.
Greg.
The Ungawa, what's up, dude?
Ungawa, what up, man?
Yeah. It is. We got Jay Santos. What's popping? And locking.
Shit, I should have ordered some Dymo tape.
Got Manny in there somewhere. What up, man?
I'll shoot some to you by a slingshot.
That's not bad.
So,
yeah, I completely forgot.
How's everyone's week been? How has it been a week?
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. It's early.
How's everybody's weekend been?
Feels
weekend
long,
was
right?
nice.
Feels like it's been several days. No, it hasn't been though.
Weekend was good.
Good. Like I took a nice like week break from everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was very nice. Like I stepped back a little bit. I spent some time with my wife, which was very much needed. Spent some time with my family, which is
Yeah. How's your mom, dude? How's your pop?
yeah, that's a good man. Like ate a lot of food. Holy cow, food!
Yeah,
We
boy.
ate so much, man. Like so much food. I was
Took some home.
yeah, I took some home.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Hell
But
yeah,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, it was nice. It was nice to step away because I mean, you know,
True.
I love the hobby. I love doing what I do. I love building shit. But it's nice to just go. Okay, well, I think I've done a little bit more than I was supposed to, and now I'm a little bit worn out. Let's reset, take it again from the top once we sit back down.
Yeah, boy.
Here we are. You know,
Yeah. You was still putting in work though. That wound war was getting some work done.
it's going faster than I expected to. Honestly.
Yeah.
Because like I thought, you know, I'm gonna put this primer down. I'm sure I'm gonna see a million things that I missed, and I'm gonna sand it off, prime it again. You know, the whole joke of me having 10 layers of primer or whatever it was. I think Persistence Tell mentioned it while I was talking about the wound.
Yeah, it's
But
20 layers.
It's a 20. I'm sorry, 20 layers of primer. But it's been going pretty fast. The one issue I've been currently having with it is so they come with. God, I wish I could show you guys. They come with black joints. Like it's not. I don't know if it's resin or not, but it's 3D printed black joints, and those things are not. They don't fit very well. Like either they're too fat or they're too thin, and they need to be kind of snug because they handle movement in the arms and the legs and the neck and all that stuff. So I've been using this this UV curing putty right here. You can get from
Zach.
Black like Toys, using a 5-volt UV flashlight to add a couple of layers of thickness to like the pegs and stuff, and that's been working a treat. Doesn't feel like I'm about to break anything. It is very malleable, where you can shape it to whatever thickness you need it to be before you start curing it. It's been a very pleasurable experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. So what's great about this stuff is you can use it for more than that too. You can use it for filling holes, filling seam lines if you wanted to. It's very sandable. It feels like I have a little bit more control over it than I would say, super glue, which is what I've been using in the past to thicken pegs and stuff. So, that's been going great.
Brittle.
Yeah, brittle too. Yeah, it does feel very brittle. But this stuff is not like it feels like very heavy plastic almost. So,
Good stuff.
it's been great. Pretty soon I think once like I'll have the arms done probably within the next day or so. So
very nice.
Putting
in work.
And then Zach says, "Do you sand the part first to get it to adhere well?" I do, yeah. So I hit it with a little bit of 400 grit first, just so that it actually attaches onto the piece a lot better than say it would if you were using or if you were applying it to a smooth piece. It just needs that little bit of grip or help for grip. So yeah.
Good stuff, Babs. Good stuff.
Yeah, man.
You gonna do something tonight? You working on anything tonight?
Well, I'm waiting for enamel stuff to dry.
Okay.
So yeah, with those fingers, the thingies, there's like I think 4 pairs of these hands, and I think I've gone through 3 of them so far. Though there's another pair that needs.
Wait, so you do all the hands?
Yeah, all the hands. Yeah.
Why don't you just do the ones that you're gonna use?
Well, because then they can be interchangeable. So there's a set specifically to hold like the massive weapon thing that it has, the thing with the tail. I don't know what it's called, man. Then it has another pair of hands that hold those twin blasters on their own, and they attach straight to the weapon, so you don't have to worry about taking them on and off.
Oh, okay.
But if you want, like, say, pose it with a weapon or wherever, there it is. So I do all the hands. I do that for everything, even if I don't use them.
Yeah, I have a couple of hands that are painted in a box. I'm never gonna use these. Does it have like a poly cap you could jump into? That's what you were talking about. Those black like poly type things for. Or do you just pin all of them?
Let me grab one. So, here. So I saw Manny in the chat say he has no problem with the arm joints, but he doesn't know about the hip ones currently. So I'm talking more specifically about like these guys. Like so these go on the wrist and on like the wrist. Yeah, the wrist and the palm. Yeah, so these things have a multitude of different thicknesses, even though there is literally only one hole for that these things will go on.
Yeah.
One is like 0.358. One's like 0.476. Like they're all like ridiculous radiuses. So to make them uniform, to make sure that they're all uniform, I just measured out the hole and then used the putty to make sure that these pegs are the right thickness.
Okay.
Now, Manny said that he didn't have a problem with the arm joints. The arm joints, for me, were very loose. Like, it would not keep the short piece up. So I just thickened that a little bit with the UV thing, and that was fine. But your mileage may vary. I mean, these things, there could be variances in terms of like the thickness of when these were printed. So who knows? Who knows?
Who knows?
Yeah.
No, I'm hyped for that RG conversion, bro.
You could have told me, man. Did you at least use a discount code?
Yeah, I use your code.
All right, cool. It's not my code.
I use the code.
You used a code, yes.
Yeah.
Go plus Chicago 10 if you guys want 10% off like Galactus.
Yeah. I was like, because I wanted they got the MadWorks multi-pack. So I ordered a couple of those packs, and I'm like, I got to make this worth it. So I got the handle too. I was like, all right, let me look at this RG conversion, maybe. So,
yeah, it looks sweet, man. So I know a bunch of guys have already finished building it. I've like skipped the last like 2 or 3 Saturday streams, so mine's been kind of sitting in the box. But I've seen a lot of people finish theirs. There's a guy in Michigan, I can't remember his name right now. Did finish one. There's a couple people in China that had finished theirs, and it looks
good.
It looks impressive, yeah, man.
Yeah.
Like, the guy in Michigan. If you guys remember, if you remember his name, let me know. He used like a very light, like a light shade of blue to replace like the dark navy or the blue black that the regular new uses. And it looks amazing. There's another guy that used a hot, almost like a hot pink or a hot red, but it was like the most of the mobile suit itself was a 3-tone gray with like just spots of red everywhere.
That's dope. Yeah, I think I might have seen that one.
Yeah, I think it's making the rounds currently. But yeah, I think this conversion looks. It's a detail up, so it doesn't change much.
Yeah.
How the new looks, it just adds detail to it, which is a good conversion. So.
I know, man. I'm excited, man.
Yeah.
I need one of these. I don't know what to get.
What's nice about what people don't realize about this MadWorks / Trouble Toys one is that there's no nubs. There's 0 nubs on this thing. You don't have to cut anything out. You initially, like literally, once you open it up and you get it out, you're down to service prep at that point.
That's nice.
Yeah,
that's real nice. I didn't see the Shining detail kit or the conversion kit. They had the Lupus Rex and the RG New.
He might be sold out.
That's possible.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'm pretty sure I've shown it off at some point, right?
Probably.
The Shining, yeah. So it's like it uses the Strike RM, I believe.
Oh yeah.
It's a master grade sized Shining. That's more in tone with the high res God Gundam that came out last year, and the God Gundam Model Bingo resin kit that came out the year before that. So it's very updated, looks great, nice proportions. The Strike has always had great proportions.
Yeah, dude. I still haven't touched it. I just wanted to like do a repaint. It's just sitting up there jumping out. I gotta paint that Strike, man.
I think we all have like kits like that. Like you see this like line of kits right here, like right behind me. These are all kits that need a little bit of love. They're all just snap fit. They're not really doing anything. They're just standing there. One of them is like Dark Exia that needs a conversion, which is in the backlog somewhere. There's an Age Normal that I picked up and built that I haven't touched yet. There's like what is that next one right there? There's an MG Exia, one of the very first master grades I built right there. And a Wing Gundam Verkar.
Hey,
right there that has no V fin, which I have a Gundam Knight conversion for it that I haven't.
Oh, make him shiny, bro.
Making my shiny boy, yeah. So I haven't touched him yet either. So
You got some work. You got some work ahead of you.
we got a little bit of a list. So
I know you can pump that out quick though.
I don't want to pump it up.
I know you can though. That's a definite. Like if you were to pick one up, you could probably have one done by next week.
If it's a resin conversion, yes. If I'm gonna customize something, it's gonna take me forever.
Yeah, it's gonna take a bit.
I don't know if anybody remembers like the high grade Lancia and all that I did a couple years ago. That took me 6 to 7 months to finish. And not for lack of like any ideas or anything. I took a lot of time off in between.
Yeah.
So
You came out great though.
thank you.
You're welcome. He's really got to call that thing the Neo Grion.
He really does.
Yeah.
I love that green, man. Like, if I had known that green looks very similar to the finishes green I used on the Jagged Mirage. It's got like a slightly lighter tint because I know he said it wasn't. He said it was opaque, or did he say it was translucent?
He said it was pretty opaque, and he had to water it down a lot.
Yeah. See, I mean, I would have loved it if like the finishes green I had used was a little bit more opaque and less translucent.
Is all finishes like that? No,
I don't think so. I mean,
Anything with a lot of yellow in it naturally tends to a lot more translucent. It's just a property of the color family. So the more yellow is in the green, the thinner the coverage is going to be on each pass.
There you go. Oh, Manny says, yo, I need the product list of Simpro Photo Etch. I got you, man. Like, are you looking for anything specific, or like, what do you need? Let me know.
Oh, for what kit? Yeah.
Well, not for a kit, like
Just the general.
detail. Yeah, anything detail. He says the full catalog. That's a.
Can't find anything.
So I'm thinking about like hollowing out the Barbatos mace, different sections, and trying to stuff shit in there. But I don't know if I should.
Give it a rocket booster. A la Monster Hunter.
All right, I can do that. Man, I played some Monster Hunter the other day. I just jumped into the Wildlands, or what do they call them those? What is that called? Open lands?
The Guiding Lands.
The Guiding Lands.
Yes.
I just jumped in there and started killing things. I felt so bad.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Like, but these monsters come here to graze, and I'm just laying in wait.
Fine. They knew what they were jumping into.
Truth. Fun game, man. Definitely a fun game.
Yeah, I love that game, man. I've loved all. Like, I picked up Monster Hunter for the PS2 back in 2002. Almost.
Yeah, dude. That game is old.
It's old. Yeah, you had to use the right analog stick to attack. It was a mess, but I loved it. It was a mess. It was one of the very first like online games actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Like I had to buy like the modem for the PS2.
I gotta play with other people. This shit is hard. The first one I played was Monster Hunter Freedom on PSP.
PSP? Oh.
Yeah. So I had to like claw finger to try to move the camera. Oh my god, it was the worst.
Yeah, absolutely the worst. That was
still great. Yeah, super great. I played that game hard. And then I played all the iterations up until World because I had to have more Monster Hunter.
I know they're coming out with an update really soon. That's supposed to have like what is that name? The Elder Dragon's name? Altreon?
Oh, Altreon, yeah. Altreon.
Yeah, so the jet engine dragon.
Yeah, dude. I'm gonna fight it, but I need an armor upgrade so bad. I tried to fight a raging Brachydos, and it beat the shit out of me.
Are you playing on Xbox?
Yeah.
All right.
I have it for PlayStation though. We can play on PlayStation.
I bet. Yeah, because I hadn't played. I played up until they released Raging Brachydios and Furious Rajang. Like I stopped playing around about then. But I do, with all this stuff going on right now, stuff at home.
And other video games.
And other video games coming out in about, 10 days.
Dude.
Were you talking about Monster Hunter a second ago?
Yeah.
Indeed. Facts. If you guys want like some great inspiration on color schemes for different armors and stuff like that for your kits, Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter.
Yeah. My founder has great color theory behind it.
There's some fun stuff. I just ran around and like farmed monsters to get all the gear ultimately.
Yeah.
When I was playing.
That's
it. Yeah.
that's
I haven't played
the
it long.
base game. You want some cool shit? You go kill these monsters.
You gotta go get it, brother.
And playing a lot of Dark Souls, I'm no stranger to farming for gear.
Truth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And everybody wants that Lothric Knight straight sword, you know?
Dude.
I wonder why.
Dude, that's my jam. That is my jam. Yeah, I was playing Dark Souls Remastered on my Switch,
Mm-hmm.
and I got fucking cursed. I'm like, why? Yeah, now I gotta go find the healer, and I'm like, I don't know where this woman is. I haven't played Dark Souls 1 in so long.
Oh man, where do you have to go for that? Well, you can't. Can you get a purging stone
Yeah,
from? Oh, what's his name up in the top of the cathedral or whatever? Doesn't that work?
Oh yeah, he's standing there in the bell tower.
Yeah. Up on where the gargoyles are.
I'm down in the sewers right now, so I gotta run all the way back because there's no
It's not that
fast
far.
travel.
That's not that far.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go do that. I hate it. I hate it so much.
Oh,
But
man,
it's so
you
fun.
think it's far. You think it's far at first. Then
Yeah.
you play it like
At
for
least
like
it's not
several
Demon Souls
days.
backtracking.
What happened?
It's not Demon Souls backtracking because
It's
Demon Souls
close.
backtracking is
Demon Souls is insane.
Demon Souls is insane.
Yeah,
Yes.
Demon Souls is insane. You are
Not
correct.
not everything is connected as it should be. There's a central hub that wasn't really a central hub. Like, oh no, have
Yeah.
mercy.
Dark Souls is close. It's like right after Demon Souls. So they're like, we're gonna make you run around. We're gonna make you run.
But the connectivity in that, I mean, it's more like Dark Souls 2 in a way, is like more of an homage to Demon Souls in the fact of having the central hub with the spokes that travel outward. They don't
Right.
necessarily circle back, aside from warping, which I don't know if there was warping in Demon Souls. I never played it. I've only
No.
I don't think there was.
Towards the end there was.
Yeah.
right, similar to like what you get with the Lord Vessel in Dark Souls. Right?
So,
Yeah.
so with Demon Souls, I believe the central hub had like portals that would take you to the different areas.
Yeah.
It didn't have like a straight.
Isn't that the Nexus? Nexus? Is that what they call it?
Nexus, something like that. I don't know.
think
Like
so.
it would
I don't
be
remember.
corrupted depending on your actions in the game or something. It was a very long time ago.
Oh yeah, and that's world ten. You're just talking about world tendency, and that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Like versus light versus dark tendency, and all the things related to it.
And then I'm just like feeding off the Dark Souls play, like the play, not the playability, like the
lore?
So, not the lore, the like how Dark Souls plays. You know, like
the Souls-
Soulsborne type.
Yeah.
So jumping into the Surge, I'm like, this is different.
But it's even considered to be one of the first like Soulsborne games, right?
Yeah, it's more another iteration because you have stuff like what's that one that they released? Bound by Flame was like one of the first
Oh,
Soulsborne type.
yo, for real, that was one of the first games I had ever streamed.
Yeah.
Bound by Flame. It was alright.
you gotta mix your
It's not
classes,
like-
isn't it? But yeah, so jumping to that, and then what else did I jump into recently? Oh, there's one on Switch called Animus. Totally Souls-like. Like, it's not bad. Not bad at all.
I don't think I've heard of that one.
Yeah, but
It's like Salt and Sanctuary is another one that's fairly
Salt
popular.
Sanctuary, yes.
Soul
Souls-like.
Sanctuary, fire.
Sinner,
So
Sinner is one, I think also.
Sinner, yeah. Sinner's a hard game though. Like it's hard.
I got all these games. I just never played them.
Oh, in
Sinner,
Sinner,
Sekiro, I am a bad Souls player. I haven't played Sekiro yet. I've had it since day one,
Sekiro, yeah.
and I have yet to even watch the opening cutscene.
So a lot of
Like,
people,
Fire.
I deserve it.
a lot of people that talk about Sekiro when they first play it, they absolutely hate the game. Like they hate it. They hate the game. They hate everything about it. They hate the combat. They hate all that stuff. But there is an moment in that game, like when you go,
Smells like
that's how
Dark
you-
Souls.
Yeah, I mean, not even that. It's because a lot of people play like Dark Souls.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Oh, Souls.
so they try to play like Dark Souls, or they try to play like Bloodborne,
Mhm.
which doesn't work either.
Nah.
But yeah, there is an moment in that game where all of a sudden the combat just clicks, the story clicks, the atmosphere and the mood clicks, and you are all in 100%. And I've never met a person who hasn't felt that way about Sekiro ever.
Yeah.
First you hate it, then it clicks, and then you love it, and then you need to play more of it, and then
Super
That's my
true.
worry with Sekiro is that because I have all these things going on always, I keep putting new projects in front of myself and moving the goalposts. I haven't taken the time to start it because I know that with my love of the FromSoft Soulsborne-esque games and my love of that, I loved Onimusha, I loved like Ninja Gaiden, I loved Tenchu, I loved
Wait till you play Neo.
I could play some Tenchu.
yeah, right.
Neo.
So
What?
I don't have
You can
PlayStation, so I can't play
Neo.
Neo.
You
Neo,
will.
but-
You will one day.
We're gonna talk about this real soon, Brian.
We're gonna settle this.
We're gonna sell
That's right. That's
once and for all.
easy. But yeah. So like, I know that as soon as I start playing that game, that I'm gonna like be like, Sentinel what?
Hooked,
Neo Zeon what? Four Horsemen
Dude.
what?
dude. Hooked. Hooked is not even a word.
Seriously, like there was a point in time. I can't remember if it was last year or this year. Are we 2021 yet?
We're in 2020.
No,
We can say it. Let's just say it.
But yeah, like that was all I was doing. Like I would come home from work. I was like, oh, I got stuff to build. Never mind, I have Sekiro to finish. And then even when I finished it, it just made me want to go back again and play some
New
more.
Game Plus.
Like the combat in that game feels so fluid and so like, why did nobody think of doing a ninja/samurai game like this before?
Yeah.
Demo looked good.
Like it was all about poise. It was all about like catching your enemy off like their footwork.
Yeah.
Like the different sorts of ninja tricks that you can do to ensure that you can stealthily kill a dude and get out without without revealing yourself. It's like it is so many ways to approach it, and once you get into the combat, it doesn't matter how many there are. You can take them all, and like not even like in a brute strength kind of way.
Right. Just using their numbers against them.
Yeah,
It's also spacing and like timing. Spacing is just like knowing your weapon range versus your enemy's weapon range, and then playing that.
right.
Right. Yeah, it's all the Souls stuff. That's really cool.
Frank is
It's so
mentioning
much faster and visceral.
Frank is mentioning Onimusha.
Onimusha's fire. Yeah. Like
Oh yeah.
Part
Yeah.
I just
3.
replayed through OG Onimusha. Was rebooted onto Xbox through Game Pass. I just picked it up or I bought it maybe for $5 or some shit.
Dude, you are not a man unless you admit that you love Onimusha 3 for genre alone.
That's exactly what I was gonna say, That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Genre alone with a fire whip.
Right?
What?
Right?
It's so good, man.
It's so good. It's
Dawn
so
of Dreams doesn't exist in Onimusha world. Nothing.
I don't know if I ever played 3.
Three.
I mean, 3 was like at the very end cycle of the PlayStation 2. Like
Yeah.
just PlayStation 2. So it wasn't as well received as the first two, just because the Onimusha 2 is a masterpiece.
Yeah.
Like Junpei and like the storytelling and the characters and all that stuff was
Dude, that intro movie.
oh
What?
my goodness,
What?
was something.
Yeah. The animations in 1 are
No.
dated. They're awesome.
They're dated.
They're
But yeah,
super
if
dated.
anybody picked it up, the remaster on Switch and stuff, yeah, it I don't think it aged particularly well in terms of how it narrates its progression, compared to like a game like Ninja Gaiden, which holds up to this day.
Hold up to this day.
Mhm.
They did one for PlayStation 2, didn't they? A Ninja Gaiden? That I remember.
They did. So they rebooted Ninja Gaiden, which was originally on the Super Nintendo, onto the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Correct.
And then Ninja Gaiden 2 came out, and that came out for the 360. And then they released Ninja Gaiden 3, which again doesn't exist because it was a bunch of caca. On the PS3 and the 360. So they haven't released another one since then. They also released one for the Wii U, but again, caca.
I'm trying to remember if it was the one that I played for, if it was 1 or 2. I think it was their first reboot that I played.
Yeah, if it was the first reboot, I believe that it had a subtext for the PlayStation 2, but I don't remember what it was.
Mhm.
Or is
It was like Ninja Gaiden Black, right?
Black? Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes. What a game!
Yeah, Ninja Gaidens were real good back then, man. What?
if you just needed a game that would kick your ass, and you go, please, sir, can I have some more?
I think that was the first one.
Right?
Yeah, totally.
I
Oh,
played the first one of those, but that was it.
They're great, Phil. Like those are great games.
Because the one I played was like this like old side scroller on a Nintendo. It was fun.
yeah, on the Nintendo. I said Super Nintendo, but
Yeah. No, it was on the NES.
yeah, yeah. That was awesome.
It was like when I was in like 6th grade. It was a while back. Game's been around.
Yeah, it really has, man.
Does anybody remember the game Shinobi?
Yeah.
Shinobi? Yeah, hell yeah. The White Ninja?
Well, on the Genesis, right? So the Genesis.
Yeah.
But then they also they had rebooted it for the PlayStation 2
With the scarf.
with the scarf.
Yeah.
Now everybody tends to dislike that game, but the art style on that game, I don't think anybody has been able to replicate.
Truth. Super truth, man.
Beautiful game. Shame about the combat because it wasn't that really that great.
Yeah, it wasn't the greatest.
But
it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah. I would say fun is a good word for it.
All right, here we go. Let's talk gameplay, right? Innovative gameplay, ahead of its time, interesting graphics, Vagrant.
Fucking
the
story.
Vagrant story?
Oh,
Yeah.
Vagrant Story is the shit, dude. I
Yeah,
still don't know
Vagrant
why the
Story.
fuck they haven't remade Vagrant Story. That's like one of my favorite like Final Fantasy games. I want it back.
I'm
Yeah,
pretty
who
sure.
was the-
I'm pretty sure it got like the master code for Vagrant Story was lost alongside the fire that Final Fantasy VIII had the same issue with.
Fuck.
Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, come on, man. If they can redo FF7, they can give me a Vagrant Story that you can play now.
Mhm.
I understand that's shitty, but still. Damn.
I think that was the same issue. I'm not sure because I know the original creator had an interview not too far back about why Vagrant Story is now. Why
It makes sense. It makes sense.
yeah. So he's very passionate about that game. Like the guy is.
Yeah, man.
Um,
Sorry.
apologize for my typing.
Nah, I had always wondered about that just because it's because of the setting. Like Evil East is my favorite Final Fantasy setting, and it's like all the people that like Evil East, that's like their place, you know. So it's like it was really surprising that one never got redone.
There it goes. So
It's a bummer they lost the source though.
So Yasumi Matsuno, who is the creator of Vagrant Story, he had pitched a prologue sequel to
No shit.
Vagrant Story. It got as far as like making concept art. It had like it had some ties to Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They went to Evil East in 14.
So eventually, I'm not sure if it was put together, but they used the main story for the last FF14 expansion, Shadowbringers.
Yep.
And that was supposed to be Vagrant Story 2's kind of base.
Fuck. They ended up making that into the Evil East expansion for online.
Yes.
And I mean that's cool, but
Yeah.
and,
At least that there is still some interest in Vagrant Story being picked up again because
yeah, that
beautiful,
is cool.
beautiful combat. Like I thought.
yeah.
Super deep crafting and stuff.
Well,
like
exactly. That was like
I'm
the
not a big
first.
crafting guy, you know. So
That was the first game where you could like take a weapon, break it down into its subsequent parts, and
Right.
combine metals to make
just
different
spending
like
so
metals.
much time doing that.
Yeah, and then the attack chain versus the like retribution from messing up that chain, like down the road, or any of those things, or like pulling and pushing. That stuff was so fun. Like
Yeah.
It was.
That high risk, high reward. Like one of the very first from Squaresoft.
Yeah, Squaresoft. Shit.
I either have a copy of the game or I have a copy of the guidebook somewhere in all of my
The crazy haircut bug face thing.
He was a rabbit, good sir. Okay.
He was a Viera?
No, he wasn't.
I thought he just had weird hair.
He just had.
Yeah,
Looked like
he did. He
intense.
just had big weird hair
That's what it thought.
and baggy thighs,
Okay.
super baggy thighs and super trim calves.
It's just I love Evolution costumes. Like they're ridiculous.
Lots of binding, lots of wraps.
Yeah,
Some
just
wraps to
belts and
wraps to
for
here.
every-
Lots of shoulders.
Yeah.
You know.
So
The judges, man, the judges are the shit. They're so fucking cool. I don't know.
He says Yasumi Matsuno revealed he's been sitting on a story treatment for Vagrant Story 2 for about 20 years now.
Okay, Matsu,
that's all.
I feel like you've had your time. Let's get to it.
It's nice and warm, buddy. It's time to hatch that egg.
That's like Phil level procrastination there.
Yo.
Let's get back.
Manny says he wants a new Parasite Eve. Yes. I also want a new Fear Factor or Fear Effect.
Well, Fear Effect was terrible.
Fucking
It was not good.
Loved it.
Parasite Eve I wanted to like, but it just couldn't bother to make any kind of sense.
So the first Parasite Eve, I didn't really have much of a connection with. Like I picked up like the NTS, picked up the Japanese version of it, and I wasn't really feeling it. I played Parasite Eve 2, and I enjoyed that a lot more than 1.
Did you?
Yeah, it was. I thought it was a lot better.
Yeah, it was. They got an groove.
I
And then I
love
picked
the
up-
idea of it.
I picked up what was that sequel? The Ninth Day, or I can't remember what it was called. It was supposed to be Parasite Eve 3. It was terrible. It was absolutely garbage. It was on PSP. It was like one of the first PSP games out. That was not good. And then ever since then, I haven't heard of Parasite Eve in a very long time.
Yeah, that was it was interesting because as a franchise, it really got some sequels like super rapid fire, and I was just like, did anybody like these? Like, I loved the idea. The plot concept was great, but the execution, I was just like, did this just not get like localized or like what happened?
So a lot of people don't know about is that Parasite Eve 1 is actually a sequel to a novel of the same name.
Okay.
So the first game picks up where the novel ended.
Nice.
So the start of the game already didn't make a lot of sense to people.
I was like, all right, we're at the opera. I can do this.
So it's like, who is Aya Breo? Why is she at the opera all of a sudden? She's supposed to be a New York City cop. Why are people suddenly bursting into flames? It never.
You go to a good opera.
It never expands on that story. I mean,
People don't
it tries to explain why it's happening now, but it doesn't explain how it's happening.
Yeah, no, it's just like there's mitochondria. Like,
Yeah, so
watch out for that shit.
what does that got to do with it? I don't understand. But yeah, and
They
also
make the energy. They light the people on fire. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
actually, Manny was right. What a lot of people don't realize is Pixar did the cutscenes for Parasite Eve.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Like the stuff like people like bursting into flames. That was a Pixar thing.
They brought the professional touch to it, and frankly, we can all appreciate it now.
Agreed.
But yeah, dude, Fear Effect was great, man.
You just liked it because they had like the same thing.
You just like it because it was the same thing.
What?
No, Fear Effect had one of the very first openly lesbian scenes.
Ah, okay.
It was a weird cell shaded, mangled kind
There's
of.
nothing quite like animated high poly count booty.
And that,
Low poly count.
that's who your shtick, man.
Nah, it was actually a good game. Like the mechanics of it, the combat, I enjoyed it. It was a fun game. I played 1 and 2.
I don't remember much of 2.
I like all games with like a female lead. I can't front though. Female leads are cool.
How did you feel about Tomb Raider: Angel of Darkness?
That was a hard one to get through, man. That was a hard one to get through. Shit.
Can you hear that back pedal? I can hear it from here.
That'll sum that one up.
I like Lara Croft as a character. I really do. But some of those games were doo-doo.
Everything after, what was the one where she had like right before Angel of Darkness?
Shit, that's when she was wearing the glasses. I forgot.
Rise of the Lycans.
Into the library.
I'm pretty sure that's a different bridge, maybe.
Oh, sure.
But yeah, so yeah, everything before, everything before Angel of Darkness, and then
It was
just before
Tomb Raider: Cradle of Filth.
Also a very bad movie. Please. I had no idea that what is his name? The guy
I'm gonna keep going with metal or death metal bands here.
I'm okay with it.
It's
Tomb of Gorgoroth.
Tomb Raider Old Man's Child.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. I'm not sorry.
Tomb Raider in the Cradle of Filth.
That's pretty good.
That's good.
What is his name? The guy from 300.
Gerard Butler.
Yes, thank you. I didn't know he was in Tomb Raider Cradle.
Definitely not Gerard Depardieu, I'll tell you that much.
Are we getting green cards?
I already have one. I don't need no more.
Hey, Gerard Depardieu. I'm gonna get killed. I'm sorry.
If there's anything that I can do and try and like add a little levity, my friends.
If there are any French people out there, I apologize deeply for that.
We're not making fun of French people. We're making fun of Gerard Depardieu.
Yeah, there you go. We could,
Me making fun of those weird names.
Yeah.
it's his fault for sounding like that.
It's
But
work.
no, I really do enjoy the Tomb Raiders. Have you played The Rise or The Shadow of the Tomb Raider?
I have them both and played neither.
Fantastic game.
Yeah, I played. I played
Right.
first reboot.
I sat in and helped Colleen play through Rise. I think it was Rise. The first
Rise
one.
Awesome, yeah.
Rise of the Tomb Raider is the first one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the one
Yeah.
with the weird temple lady?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then that one I played. Yes.
Actually, you know what? I helped. I kind of helped. I say helped. I went and like talked to her through like 3 puzzles through the whole game. I didn't do shit. So, but yeah. So I saw some of the gameplay. It looked really cool. It was
Yeah,
really great.
the combat.
Yeah. The death animations in that game were
they're always
When you die, yeah.
when you die, yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, brutal though.
Or even when,
I feel like it's an homage to the old games. Like when you used to die in the old games, you'd get some pretty crazy death shit.
Yeah, there was some weird ragdoll physics going on in that.
well, I mean, I remember the first new one that they did with like the through the water with all the trees and shit. You keep getting like spiked through the head.
Yeah.
You can get it through the cheeks. Like it was.
Did you guys ever play Limbo?
Yeah.
Ooh, that game was so fucking
Yeah. Limbo was great.
It
man.
was so pretty, but yeah, that kid got fucked up in a lot of interesting ways.
I'm not interested.
That one was the one where you can turn back time, right?
No, that's the one where you're. It's a side scroller,
Yeah, you're a little
but it's
kid.
all monochrome.
Oh, that's the okay.
Yeah, like
It was so pretty. Like all the animation was all like kind of like diffused and like everything was really soft looking.
and awesome and dark.
Yeah, no, it was great. There was such good use of light in that. Like it just made me want to paint everything in fucking monochrome from now on.
It was multi-tonal with the background and shit. It was really nice. Yeah, it was really, really nice.
Beautiful game, yeah, beautiful game.
I don't know when the next Horizon's coming around. What's up?
It's
Did you
currently
play-
in development.
Oh, Horizon Zero Dawn 2? Yeah, hell yeah, that's a good one.
Horizon was great.
Did you play any of the other games that are kind of like that, like Little Nightmares?
They did, or they put out a game called Inside that's on my list. Like,
Inside is fire.
is it?
Yeah, Inside
Yeah,
is
I
fire.
really want to play that a lot.
Really, really good.
I like indie games like that. Like,
man,
I'll play like big stuff too. Like,
I've been playing
I'm not
this game,
dumb.
Fury Unleashed.
Fury Unleashed is dope.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's like super casual. I mean, I play it on hard, obviously, but it's casual and good time. And you just like, it doesn't, after you get over like dying, it's like Dark Souls, it doesn't matter and it's a good time.
Yeah.
So yeah, been having a good time through that one in between things.
What was I gonna say? Oh, Little Nightmares is good. Yeah, real good.
There is this game that my wife was playing. It was about an Eskimo and his snow fox.
Okay.
Oh, with the little girl and the fox, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
gorgeous art.
Yeah, dude, hell yeah.
Hold on.
She
She doesn't remember either, but she it frustrated her to no end because of the puzzle segments. And there's one part where the fox turns into something else, and she was like, "Screw this, man! I was here for the fox. Like, where'd he go?"
Fox is gone. Bye.
Pretty much.
Amazing indie game for y'all to check out if you haven't is Oh shit! Now I'm drawing a blank. I can see it. Long Dark. The Long Dark.
The Long Dark, yeah.
If you haven't played that yet, check out The Long Dark. I've been playing that game. I played it back in the very beginning, so like I got in on the beta end of it and like was playing it when it was still not even close to finished.
Uh-huh.
And it made so many like improvements, leaps and bounds. Colleen has continued to play it, but I haven't, but I've seen it, and it is just like such an amazing game now. If you're into survival, it's not horror or survival; it's just like straight up survival. I like it. I like it a lot.
I enjoy the survival games.
If you want to micromanage your life, there you go, baby.
I just want Last of Us. That's all I want. Just give me.
Yeah, gimme.
On the flip side of survival, did anybody play Don't Starve?
Yes, dude, Don't Starve is so fun.
It's so fun. It's so macabre.
Yeah,
It's so fun.
Don't stand in the dark, man.
It's so like messed up in like a sense, because you're obviously trying to survive, and you're trying to survive as long as possible, and you don't really. There's like a structure in the game that you play, but when you first pick up that game and it just drops you in this world, on this island where you don't know what you are, you don't know what you're doing, you don't know how to survive, and you were just picking up everything and anything to be able to make anything to help you survive the night, because light drives away whatever it is that's hunting you in the dark.
Gotcha.
It is, it's I think it's honestly the mechanisms of that game. There you go. Yes, the game mechanics is so good, man. Like it's refreshing in a sense.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, it's pretty rare that somebody makes something that's actually like really tightly controlled anymore. Like it seems like a lot of stuff's kind of like playing off of wow factor and shit. Like once in a while you play something and you're like, this is really dialed in. It's refreshing when you get to.
It's usually it's all just made by one guy. Like it's crazy. It's like those games that are so dialed in and so polished, it's just by one dude.
It's one really crazy person.
Yeah, when you got like teams of 300 that have this like loose concept of a game that they release for 60.
We're looking at you, EA.
The loosest of concepts.
I was trying to not say names. I have friends in the industry, but
I do too. They know who they are. Get your shit together.
I need to look at Call of Cthulhu, because that's sitting in my log as well, my game log.
What a game!
Nearly,
it's good.
My build log.
It was not.
It wasn't good.
No,
really? You didn't like it, Phil?
Dude, they've never ever made a good Lovecraft game. It can't be done. There's one that came kind of close because
Bloodborne.
No,
because Bloodborne's got some cosmic horror in it.
It's got cosmic horror, but like if you're going straight for the mythos, like it's a hard thing to do. It really is. Like you kind of have to go at it from like an oblique angle to make it work, and that's why Bloodborne worked. But then there's like anything that's like a straight up like Call of Cthulhu, whatever, it never fucking works. Then there's like, there was one. It was called
like Lovecraft.
There was one that was called Eternal Darkness.
Oh yeah,
on the GameCube, I think it was. That one took, like I said, it came at it from kind of like a weird angle, but it nailed the vibe, you know. Like when people are like relying on monsters you recognize from Lovecraft stories or whatever, it just always comes off cheese. It never works. It's a bummer. I wanted to. I wanted to very much. You can have mine. Fucking GameStop's not going to buy it for shit. So.
$3, sir.
There you go. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh, Call of Cthulhu? No, I got it on Game Pass for free. So.
Yeah, it's on.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
I didn't pay for it.
It won't take long to be bummed. So, but enjoy while you can.
I haven't started playing it yet, so
okay.
It falls into the same realm as all the others.
Yeah.
I mean, let me know if it shifts gears after an hour or so or whatever. But I just I couldn't do it anymore.
Oh, okay, yeah, I will for sure.
I started one that I actually kind of liked recently. What was it? The Order, I think it was called, or something.
Oh yeah, with
Order
the
18
killings.
Yeah, it's like a mystery kind of thing. It was a lot of fun. It's a lot of like investigation and stuff. I mean, it's kind of, stand here until you get the right clues or whatever. But
kind of cool weaponry?
I don't think weaponry has really come into it. It's mostly just
It's a shooter. No, it is a
It
shooter.
reminds me of. It reminds me a lot of, like, in terms of cinematography. It reminds me of that Van Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm.
There's shooting in this.
Yeah,
I've
they're
literally
shooting.
done nothing but ask people questions the entire game.
You gotta
Get rid of the
you
tutorial.
shoot the lichens and the the werewolves and shit that come at you.
Okay.
Hi, Brandon.
You can beat that game in like 3 hours roughly.
Well,
But
it's an episodic.
yeah, I'm saying like the
There's
whole
a-
game you can run.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a problem with that. Like, so they. I'm not spoiling the game or anything.
No, it's okay. It's like $2 an episode. I wasn't expecting much, but still.
They leave off the ending of the game very wide open and
Oh.
hang on, and then they're like, oh well, it didn't really meet expectations, so we're not going to see another.
Yeah.
But however, please keep an eye out on Thursday, 9 Pacific, for a reveal of the PlayStation 5.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
dude. PlayStation 5. Yeah, they're about to show it off.
Mm-hmm.
Super true.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that Xbox Series X though. I
I
can't
feel like
front.
I just got the 4. I mean, I didn't, but I feel like I just got the 4 not too long ago.
Can't wait
Yeah.
to have like the smallest fridge in the world in my house. Really.
I just got the PlayStation 2 not that long ago.
You had it on day one.
Ryan, you better be playing Auto Modelisto on that thing.
It wasn't day one.
You had
was-
it before we got back from E3.
Well, yeah, I know.
They showed it off
I
at
remember.
E3, and you had it before we got back.
I
It's
still
good.
I still own my day one release PS2. I think,
That shit still works.
I remember.
Which
So I picked up my day one release PS2, but didn't have any games for it because I couldn't afford any games. And then Christmas that year, so it was a month later, my mother was very kind and got me Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah.
It was amazing game. However, I did not own a memory card.
And you could have
So I played-
over.
I
So
played
I have
that
like
game.
5 memory cards right now.
I played that game from start to finish, Christmas Eve to Christmas Day, non-stop.
Didn't
No,
you
so-
have to like swap a memory card to, or no? You just had to unplug the controller or something.
That was PlayStation 1.
Yeah, it was Metal Gear Solid.
okay.
One.
Whatever. They all run together for me.
Yeah, you gotta plug it into the other control socket so you can,
So you can't tell what you're doing.
Yeah, so that
He was reading your memory card. I see you
Mantis?
like to
No,
play
who's it?
Grand Theft
Psycho Man.
Psycho
Psycho
Mantis.
Mantis. There it is.
Psycho Mantis. I see you like playing Gran Turismo.
Yeah, that was weird.
like Castlevania.
I was like, I do. You fucking weirdo.
Watch me make your controller rumble. Yeah, that was amazing. My mind was blown.
That was an intense moment.
I was like, Kojima, how you do this?
Jesus, finally. Goddamn robot arenas everywhere.
I had the PlayStation version of Nintendo Power in front of me when that was going down, so there were no questions.
So Julio, I don't know if I've shown, I don't know. I don't remember if I've shown this, but I might as well show you.
What?
So here is the Shining version.
Ooh.
So it's the same box as the RG.
Show and tell Peppy, yo.
Yeah, should we tell? So if you guys can expect, you'll know what to expect if you pick it up. The biggest.
You know none of you women gonna get this.
There is
thing.
a sticker right there that says, "Hey, this is the Shining and not the new Gundam." So let me see if I can.
Oh, Pat, real quick. When I got my PlayStation 2, I got Final Fantasy X and didn't have a memory card.
What?
I couldn't play that straight through.
that
You could try.
Yeah.
that would hurt, man.
Yeah, it is.
I feel like your PS2 would be left hurting after that.
That's summer we could have done it.
There you go. So here's like the
Ooh.
inside of the box. So what's nice about like MadWorks is that they keep their boxes pretty minimal. So I like the fancy like packaging that Ujao Land and Infinite Dimension and all those guys have, but there's something about nice and simple. It doesn't take too much storage space in your shelf. If you guys have a backlog, it doesn't take too much of that like that space. So that's fine. It comes in clip pieces for the what is the name of this attack?
Shining Fingers.
Shining Fingers.
Shining Phalanges.
Oh, jeez.
Ow, my shiny fingies. For my Parks and Rec.
Saul Rosenberg builds Gundam.
So fucking Rosenberg.
So yeah, so you get clear pieces for that. So if you guys wanted to install, say like an LED, that would work for it. You know this thing has a lot of parts. Like surprisingly, a large amount of parts is replaced on the strike to be able to make this shining. Lots of little details. Like, God, obviously I can't. It's not gonna. Maybe you can see like very faintly like these detail lines like on the back here, and the fact that there's 3 pegs here means you probably won't ever see any of this, but it's there. So that's that's kind of interesting. There is, you see one of the arm gauntlets right there, the backpack right there. Lots of nice detail on that thing, and there's rivets on it. Let's see here, like on this side too. That's pretty nice. You get unfortunately, one bad thing about, since this is an original MadWorks kit, it doesn't come with an original decal sheet. So you get like the AW stuff. I would highly recommend you guys pick up NECA decals because these are generic as hell. Like it's all warning decals. There's no specific decals for the shining.
Exactly. Just buy some mega decals.
Yeah, just buy some mega decals. Like AW quality decals are not all that high. Like, and I mean, Tim is our friend and stuff. Blah blah blah. But honestly, the quality of mecha decals are actually quite good.
Yeah, if only they would make them in fucking yellow.
Right?
Dude.
Right?
Give us
Dude, I've been hounding Tim for like months and months and months to make yellow decals. I've been hounding Tim since I would say October of last year to make yellow mecha decals.
He's not doing it. He's not doing it just because you're saying
he don't owe me shit. Why he don't owe me shit. Why would he?
He's so mad. Why would you do it? Why would you do it?
I mean, I would love for them to be available, but that's not going to happen unless maybe I do it myself. In which case, somebody would get a little butthurt.
I wonder who. But yeah, so the one great thing that a lot of resin kits don't have that this has is a nice instruction manual, because apparently instructions are a very difficult thing to show these conversion kits for some reason. So you've got like your differences between the resin conversion kit and the original master grade. You've got the details and so on. It even gives you a what the hell is it? Like a color code. In case you ever want to, so you follow like the same color scheme that this guy.
Oh, nice! So you can do the same.
Yeah, and it's in actual English, like Mr. Color 1, which is white, and then plus 73 aircraft gray, like 5%.
Oh, snap! So it's giving you Mr. as opposed to so this is a MadWorks kit, right?
Yeah, this is a MadWorks kit. Yeah, so this is a MadWorks original. So a lot of the all of them. I want to say not all of them, but most of the MadWorks stuff, like conversion kits that's come out in the past, has all just been other designers, but just put under the MadWorks brand. But this one is an actual like MadWorks like kit. So yeah, like nicely detailed, numbered. Like for some bizarre reason, like the wound for example, the wound wart, for example, has no numbers whatsoever. It's like,
hey, let's talk about the Mercer Kshatriya.
Son of a bitch. But anyway, so you see here, like here's like a layout of the legs for the wound wart. No numbers, and then on the other side, it's like here's how you put it together. It's like it's not very specific. It works, it's fine, but it's like what the hell is 21 and 35? I don't know. Like it gives you a number for some reason, but there's no number.
It's number 21 shit. You gotta watch out.
Yeah, so it's fine. It's if you just pay attention, it makes sense. But it's nice to just kind of make it lay it out for you. It's nice and easy and simple. So nice and small packaging, lots of detail to bring out with your paint scheme. If you want to weather it, have fun with it, do whatever you want. It is. I don't know if they still have it available at Galactic Toys.
Yeah, where I forget where you said you got that from.
This is from Galactic Toys. So Galactic Toys are now
right. So you can get that from Zach, essentially. From
Zach, yeah. So Zach is trying his best to try to get some resin kits out in the U.S. So it's you're not paying an extraordinary amount of money trying to ship things from China or Hong Kong.
Right now, dude, it's nuts.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Shipping is just all over the place right now. You're paying like $65 to ship something that costs maybe $15. So
it's insane.
It's pretty insane. So he's trying his best. I know he's he got a restock with the RG new recently, so I know Julio got himself one.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he sold out of the Shining. Zach,
I didn't see
he
it.
says so. Zach says he's in stock of all 3 kits right now. So the Shining, the new, and the Barbatos, the HG Barbatos conversion, are all in stock right now. So if you guys want to check out like a very easy, simple resin kit, go for the RG new. If you want something a little more challenging, go for the Shining. And then if you want to punish yourself extremely well, then go for the HG Barbatos Lupus.
Dude, I saw it and it looks incredible.
Fucking Ronin.
Beautiful,
Fucking
beautiful shoulder.
Yeah.
Beautiful shoulders. Nice elongated V fin.
Yeah.
I do
very-
like the spiky head is good. I like
Yeah,
it.
it looks very
Yeah,
feral.
I'm interested in that RG new. I have the RG new kit. I'm interested in the resin.
It looks.
So,
I mean, the details are on it. Are great. If you like numerous details on that thing, it's a detail up kit, so it doesn't really change too much from the
No,
original
it
kit.
doesn't have to. That's not the point.
Yeah,
Here, you're
so
doing it. Yeah.
yeah, and
If it's
you know
a
the
good model
for
to
the
begin
price,
with.
yeah, for the price, it's great. It's absolutely great. It's like what was it, Julio? Like $60, something like that?
What, for the RG?
Yeah.
It was 40.
Oh, 40. There you go. $40.
40
Even
bucks
better.
for the conversion. Yeah, it was really nice.
I
Throw it in my
think
cart. Make it worth it.
I think the Shining was 60 or 70, something like that, and then the Barbatos Lupus, I believe, was roughly the same price as the RG new.
Yeah,
Very nice.
you are correct, sir.
So definitely check him out. I know he's trying to get some more. I know he's been having some trouble kind of getting some of the bigger names out there, like Uja Land and Mobile Bingo and all that stuff. But
Thing.
the fact that he's even trying, I think is pretty
volumes, right?
Yeah, because I mean nobody's trying to do this in the U.S. I mean the closest one has been Adam with the Stickler Studio stuff,
Right.
Right. Adam's
is great.
actually adding some new stuff. I don't know if you guys saw that on the stream this morning. He's adding some new stuff. He's getting into doing some automotive model stuff and that, which is kind of cool.
I was watching that. It drove me insane. I was trying to tell him what the Gira Doga conversion kit was, and I was completely ignored. So, come on, it's Industriac gear, all right?
Yeah. It was fucking
On deaf ears, my friend. Falling on deaf
Absolute
ears.
deaf ears. Everyone's talking. What's your favorite monster breed?
Oh, no. Here was the prime question from this morning. Has Bandai Namco re-released the 1/144 scale Neo Xeon? Are they shipping yet? Because I would love to order one again if that was possible.
weird
I must
flex,
have
buddy.
seen that question at least a dozen times
What?
Jesus.
in the 30 minutes that I was there.
Wow.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, I get it, guys. But the 144 Neo Xeon is awesome. It's huge and great. But spamming the question in chat isn't going to make it ship any sooner. You're barking up the wrong tree. In essence, you're like barking at the tree to try and get some Aunt Jemima syrup from the grocery store, and it's not going to help.
Yes, sir.
I like maple syrup. It's good.
Maple
I
syrup.
like maple syrup too. Lots of people like maple syrup.
Like
Barking
real
at a tree will
maple
not help.
syrup. That's the good stuff.
I like Aunt Jemima's.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
I don't care. I'm not, but syrup is fine and well. I don't syrup.
I
I don't
also like
pancake.
honey.
I don't waffle.
You don't waffle?
I'll put
Nope.
syrup. I'll put syrup on a waffle. I won't put it on a pancake.
I
Pancakes.
don't waffle. I don't pancake.
All right, well, you're fucking up. But either way,
I don't
What about Korean pancakes?
Oh yeah, totally. All day. Fuck yeah.
Hell
Sesame
yeah.
pancake. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Hands
my
down.
mother-in-law makes it for me every now and then, man. Every single one, I'm like, oh, I'm so thankful I was married with my wife.
Man, that's one thing. I've been down to Chinatown to get some pancakes, get some dumplings. Just oh my goodness,
Oh,
so good.
I recently had some almond flour pancakes instead of like regular stuff.
yeah,
They're really good. They're a bit
they're not,
sweet, but
they're
really
not
good.
terrible.
Yeah, they're not.
A little more dense, right? What do you add? Like you add some cream of tartar, or you add some extra baking powder to that shit.
Some oat milk, which makes it a bit denser too, and an egg or two. And it
Oh,
just
okay.
whips it up real nice.
You know, if you want to skip doing the egg,
Mhm.
you can add a little bit of acid to your oat milk, which will make it curdle slightly and give it an egg texture.
Where the fuck am I getting acid?
we
From
all know
lemon-
you know, Julio.
from lemon juice.
Oh, okay. Lemon
Talking
juice.
about citric acid.
Fuck, yeah, come on, like a citric acid, you Weisenheimer. You go get some THC from Vinny down
You
the
got a
block.
gabagool.
You go to the corner of the
Couple in
street.
your tongue
You
and
gotta
you'll be
wait.
flying. The next
You
thing you
gotta
know,
wait
everything will be a
A
pancake.
white Chevy to come by. Right,
Everything's
heavily
a
tinted
fucking
windows.
pancake.
You gotta knock on the window 3 times. He'll give you the acid. You gotta give me the money.
Knock 3 times, say my name, and go.
Look at that. Look at that right there. Manny just ordered Madworks Barbatos.
Awesome,
Oh,
Manny,
good
man.
shit, Manny.
You love it, dude. You love it.
That's dope. That's dope. It looks incredible, man. It really does look incredible. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, buddy.
I was
But
tempted.
You gotta finish. You gotta finish that wound ward, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, you gotta work on that.
You go
What
finish.
do you
You
need?
this guy, you know, come on now.
You got Pabby hanging here.
They were like, "Yeah, dude, you gotta build this wound ward." I'm like, all right, we'll do a build along. I'll build it with you guys. It was not on the list, but I put it on the list just for you guys. And then they're like, "Oh, I don't really want to feel like finishing it right now." No,
And Kyle's like, "Listen, I got a Suka to finish. I don't know what you guys want."
all right, fine. You finish that thing.
Nice.
I want to see it. I want it to look incredible. Get it done. So
Man, he won't show up to talk shit, but he'll do it from the
Anyone
comment
too.
section.
what does that? What does that even mean, Z? Manny, get me one too. Don't listen to Pabs. Just it more resin. What? Just it more.
Just it more resin, man. Just it more resin.
The eat more? I don't eat resin, dude. I sniff it.
Oh, we got mini Nora in the picture.
Mini Nora. Yeah. I gotta go snap up that RG new now. Can't wait.
Dude,
I can't wait.
It's
I can't
so
wait
much
for
fun.
my. I'm sorry, I can't wait for my SD Jenkins.
Ooh,
So I have one of those coming on its way.
that's fucking tough.
So I have the which one? Do you know? Did you get both of them?
I got both of them, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I got the Type D.
The D type, yeah. You
Yeah,
got the with the
The shoulder.
missiles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
So
the
that
best,
one
right?
coming. I also have another SD resin thing coming
Ooh.
pretty soon. Phil knows all about it, but I'm not privy to share that.
Oh
information.
yeah,
No worries.
surprises are good. Surprises are good. Get
Well,
people
what-
intrigued.
Wait,
I'll tell you guys off air. I think it'll be fun. It'll be a fun thing. Kyle knows about it, and Phil knows about this little secret. project.
Ooh.
He's excited about something. Fuck me, man.
Just got to figure out what I'm going to do with mine now. We'll
Just
figure-
do the same thing.
No.
Do the same thing, Phil.
Mhm.
Let's
Do it.
collab.
There you go. Woody woo.
Wooty woo.
Spoken like a true white man from the Midwest.
Wooty woo. So,
Let me get out of your way there.
Yeah, I know. Trust.
Oh man, yo, scribing on curved surfaces.
How are you doing it?
I was gonna use some Dynamo.
That I think would be the biggest downfall.
The big-
I have some videos that I made. What year is it? 2020.
You made him in 2020.
3 years ago. Without scribing and curved surfaces using timeout.
I mean, currently 2020 feels like fucking 3 years. So
yeah, you're right.
So 6 years ago, I made these videos on my phone, and then edited them and uploaded them to YouTube about scribing on curved surfaces using Dymo tape. But I did it on the master grade Gira Doga, and I used that quality Tamiya scriber that everybody loves.
Oh Jesus Christ! I'm putting this down.
do you have any? So Z is not here to corroborate this, but I did all of my scribing back then with that Tamiya scribe.
Oh my God.
Yeah, right.
I did it on the HG Hekja. I did it on.
That's rough.
Yeah, I did it on. I did it on a whole bunch of HGs. Like it was not pretty. It was not like I did what I could. I did it on a perfect grade Zaku too. I used the Tamiya scribe. It was not easy. Definitely not easy. But we got
Brandon Moya makes it.
Moya makes, yes, the SD Justa resin kit. Yes, they make two versions: the SD Justa and the SD Justa Cannon.
I got the cannon.
Mm-hmm. Zach Black
We
says
all have a Tamiya scriber. Every one of us.
I do not have one.
it's great. It's,
No?
it's very nice for scoring.
It's super good for cutting.
Thick
Yeah,
Yes, really good stuff. Like it.
yeah. It is. It does make for a hefty cut, though.
Yeah.
It removes a
just
lot
don't-
of material.
Just don't scribe it.
I mean, you can, but it
It's
just
not
requires. It only makes a certain type of scribe. You're not going to get a square scribe. You're
Yeah.
going to get a beveled scribe every time.
It's a valley.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's okay. If you're doing something like a Xeon kit where everything is curvy and like intersects nicely, then that's fine. If you're trying to rock some crazy sharp lines on a full armor Thunderbolt, then you're going to be SOL. Like, I don't know why you'd want to do that anyway. But, so.
It's very difficult to make interconnecting scribes with that thing. Like, so
Yeah.
difficult. Like, the rule of three is out the window the moment you start using it to me scribe. It's very
Yeah, I
hard.
know. There's no, it isn't, no.
It's not made for that.
Yeah, no. You're better off breaking the tip off of your number 11 and using the blunt end of it as a scribe for doing a square scribe than you are for using the Tamiya scriber, honestly. Which is do it, but don't.
Yeah, you can do it.
Do it, but don't
it's-
expect a
it's
lot without a lot of work.
It's a good way to kind of learn kind of what not to do when you're scribing.
Well, it's how I cut all of my styrene, is with my number 11 turned backwards.
Mhm.
Like, I'll use that scriber if I'm doing something thick. Like, if I'm cutting something that's like 2 millimeters thick or more, then I'll pull out the big black scriber and I'll just rip through that. Like, it doesn't matter because it doesn't. But if I'm doing anything smaller than that, I literally just take this regardless of the sharpness of it. I flip it around backwards and I use it as against a steel ruler, and I make my gouges, and then I snap and break, clean it up.
See, I'm still waiting for you to make scribe lines. Where are your scribe lines?
Z's scribes.
Hey, he says,
Oh, yeah.
I love the Tamiya scriber. It's one of the best tools I've ever used. I've never seen him scribe a fucking line.
This is the wrong way to use your influence.
Yeah, Manny says he ordered both of the SD kits, and he says that Julio has dibs on one.
Of course, that is literally Julio's sponsor right there.
This is my sponsor, proudly sponsored by McDeo. You guys hit him up for all the goodness.
Use the code Julio10 to have dinner with Manny.
Use the code Julio10 to have Manny be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" Let me tell you what the fuck is wrong with Julio.
Mention my name, he'll take you to Korean barbecue.
Hell yeah.
Wait till you come to New York, Tabs. Wait till you come to New York, Shane.
I
gonna-
will try.
Once shit
definitely.
settles,
Sounds.
pays off his car.
It's pretty cool. I look forward to hanging out with all you guys at some point.
Oh, hell yeah, Babs. What?
It has been too long.
November. How
I didn't
long ago does
realize-
that fucking feel?
I didn't realize how good I had it last year at Anime NYC
Everybody
With-
came up and now.
with like so many people there.
Nah.
Right.
With Tim and Texan, Ricardo, and
Frankie.
Ray, and our boy. Oh man, he's always. Oh man, trying to really. Oh my god, the young guy.
Andy.
Andy.
Not even fuck Andy. Bought Jakey. Jakey was there. Jakey was hanging out, and then obviously Manny and Frankie, Tex and Tim, and
I don't do shout outs often, but shout out to Bot Jakey.
Yeah.
Here is a
Oh, yeah.
dude who absolutely loves what he does. He loves his hobby. He loves, he knows what he likes, who stays on his lane. What a fucking nice guy.
Yo, my
Super
man
nice.
built
quality.
10 kits in quarantine. Seriously, like all the Jacobs got built, all the RX-78s got built. He was going to work.
Oh yeah. Let us not forget about our main man, your Lord and Savior, Maverick 176.
The waters of the Minnetonka.
Oh man.
Flow through.
Oh yeah. I remember because he like was at the last night after the whole thing went down, the last ceremonies and everything. He like was in and out, and then he like stopped in and he grabbed like Texas gear and like her bag full of prizes and stuff, and like walked out the door. It was nuts. Dude came back. It was like a weird like mishmash of like changing around. He barely made it home. It was so crazy.
Brandon's Brandon is asking, whatever happened to little Andrew? He kind of disappeared. He's painting a very
Hey Phil, what happened to Little A?
a very
Something happened to Andrew.
a very ill. He's currently painting a very ill-proportioned Tifa statue. That I hope he submits to a critical build show in the near future.
Oh snap!
Oh, he submitted to Critical Build?
No, I'm saying I hope he does.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. That'd be great.
Yeah, we need to get like Tex and Phil to pressure him into doing that.
Truth.
I haven't seen him in days.
He'll be alright.
He's normally like a daily hangout. I haven't seen him in a long time.
He used to hit me up every now and then, asking me if I finished the Yaga Mirage yet, and I would not even reply because I feel like that was a dig. It was a dig at me. Did you finish the Yaga Mirage yet? The Twin Tower?
He's definitely messing with you.
Yo, next time he asks, say yes.
Yeah, I finished it, man. I gave it to the guy and everything. It's been
It's in his house.
Yeah, it's done. Were you at Scrub?
special. He's a special.
The guy didn't want me to take pictures of it, though. It's his. He's going to take pictures.
I have no idea how I'm going to take photos of that thing, for real.
Dude,
I'm going to do it outside. I'm going to have to do it outside at the house. Like the house is the backdrop. Like
Yep. You're going to need a king-size sheet in the back.
Not even, man. Not even. The thing is like 72 inches long or some shit's at full end.
the guy that owns it, he put the cannons together briefly. So the guy that owns it is around about 6'2". He put the cannons together very briefly and held it against himself, and they're almost the exact same height.
Jesus, man.
Yeah,
And those are
that'd be 74. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's not even with the cannons connected to the backpack. So it's actually slightly higher up. Because
The only display models of this thing that I've seen had it on just like rails of fucking support struts. Like, what is there a way to build that thing that doesn't make it look like it's got its own like steel lattice that you have to hold it up with? Or
so the main unit itself, so the Yaga Mirage itself, doesn't necessarily need to be on those stands. So it comes with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It comes with 7 giant metal plates, but then it also comes with 2 giant screw things.
Right.
Those are all mostly for the shields and the backpack. The main unit itself doesn't necessarily need it, but if you want to connect the backpack to the main unit, it has to have that support because those heels will not support that backpack, period.
Is there any way to build a base where you don't? I mean, I'm sure you've already looked at this stuff. I just that's one of those things where I was like, man, this would be so cool if it didn't need like gantry work to hold it up.
The very messy thing about Volks's version of this Yaga Mirage Twin Tower is that it is completely articulate.
Really?
So it moves. It has elbow joints, neck joints, ankle joints, knee joints. It has like an ab crunch, which is stupid ridiculous. Technically, it doesn't. It doesn't really. It has like
it's just got so much weight that it does it anyway.
Yeah, it has an ab forward, but not really an ab forward. But like, but anyway, yeah. So that is exactly why it has all those weird plate things because it gives you all of these very very old KotoKai bolt joints, and it's just I don't think they're going to be enough to hold anything. Period.
I think you're right. That's a shame.
It is an absolute shame. But if you guys want, there is a WSC. Is it Z or C? I can't remember. Anyway, the other cost is just a statue. So you can put that together. You don't have to worry about moving joints and all that stuff.
Right.
That has less stands, but it does still have stands.
Just that really takes me out of it.
Hang on a sec. Here we go. Check it out.
What am I? Check it in.
What's up, John?
Hey, John.
What up, Jay?
What's up, John?
Yep, that is the guy.
Is it share?
So this one is actually the WSC
Not the Volks.
cost.
Folks.
This is not the Volks.
Yeah, you can see the $2,000 price tag on it, but this is to just kind of give people the idea
of the
it
absolute
doesn't have
unit.
it doesn't have this structure behind it, right? Yours doesn't have any of that.
No, so yeah, that is one of the biggest differences between the two, apart from like the articulated everything. So these two giant lead like bases right here hold up the backpack. For the Volks version, it uses two different die-cast stands, or one giant stand. I'm sorry, that holds onto the backpack, and then two giant screws that hold onto the
All right,
cannon.
let me see if I can find that one. Hang on a sec. Let me see if I can find that one.
So Brandon says, "Wait, did Julio just say critical bill?
Critical build.
Critical bill with a Q."
We bring our friend Bill over. He's kind of a dick, but he's got some good advice most of the time.
Bill's okay. No, wait, who's Bill?
He's kind of a dick.
I'm trying to think of who Bill
He's always so cynical.
Yeah,
is. Cynical Bill.
his heart's
Bill.
in the right place.
Cynical Bill.
Yo,
Oh my god.
yo, Ruslan's gonna come in here and be like, what?
So, what's his name? This guy. What's his name? I'm gonna share his picture because that's what you get.
If you
I just gotta go
say,
back. Oh, shit.
if it's a
Wow.
Korean dude, I know who he's talking about.
It is a Korean dude. It's an American dude. Hold
There
up,
is
I'm
a guy.
not
There is a
gonna-
guy out there that made a YouTube video of an unboxing of the same kit I'm working on. He
Hi.
never finished it.
Oh wow.
Hold the phone. Is it this dude? Hold up.
This fucking guy.
This guy?
Yes, that is him.
That is the guy.
He
This
is
box.
the only guy.
Nuts.
Yes, that is the box.
This dude is crazy.
That is the guy that I'll be flexing on later on this year.
I built it, stupid.
What about this guy?
Hey, look at that guy.
Hey,
Okay, what guy? Oh no!
I got a couple of things to say to y'all.
What?
One, build more models. You can get them at USA Gundam Store and Galactic Toys. And two, the Tamiya Scriber is the greatest fucking tool on the planet. And Pabs, you've seen my scribe lines on the Hyzak shield, bro.
Nope.
that freehand.
That's on my IT. It's one of my first posts ever.
Yeah, man.
Ever.
Yeah,
Ever.
Yeah.
100%. I remember.
This is how you guys take down the greatest influencer of all time.
Yourself down, shot yourself in the foot.
That's how you kill angels.
You scribed yourself in the foot.
Laid on as greatest influencer.
Oh man.
What are you doing? I want to go make a drink. Second person, greatest scribe.
I wanted to be equal opportunity there. Didn't want to take having man.
Jack Lupton has a question. Do you guys have a go-to spot for kits that are hard to find? Been looking for a Shinmatsu Nagasaki 2 MG for months now.
Oh man. Okay, so
Friend.
aside from your normal retailers, I like to look on Facebook, like Facebook posts, and some of the sellers are a little shitty, but some of them are real solid. There's Gus Olivieri. He might be able to find you something. Thurno's Hobbies and Games. He'll definitely be able to find it for you.
Man,
There's a guy who.
Hey Jack, I actually have one. If you want, it doesn't have a box, but it's still completely wrapped. Besides the box,
Yeah, you can just talk to my sponsor here.
Yeah.
Gunpla Ronin.
Proudly sponsored by Gunpla Ronin.
that's right. I'll give you a good deal on it too. 10% off.
However, if you are looking for like official channels, I know there is another guy that searches specifically for hard to find kits. I believe his name is Gunpla Hermit. I don't remember his name completely.
Another dude like why
Gunpla Addict 24 found that Moya for me.
That's
Oh, there he goes.
Kobe.
There we go.
right? Yeah.
That's Kobe Bryant. What?
No, Gunpla Addict is. I think
It's
that's
Kobe.
Kai. Oh, it's Kobe. Yeah, Kobe. That's right. Kobe. That's right. Why is it still on my face?
Oh, Brian.
Because Brian's getting the drink.
Oh, okay.
So Zero Kai asks, Chris, look at Moki Cute Cube wound wart. I would never touch that Cute Cube wound wart if my life depended on it because
Really?
it is a piece of garbage.
Dude's
Yeah.
not looking good.
Oh, that's the one that came out a while back, right, Pat?
Third party?
Yeah, so it was one of the first AOZ kits to come out in terms of the MG, in terms of 1/100 scale,
Right.
and the plastic is garbage. It did not coat together very well. Anybody who got it instantly regretted it.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
never heard
I
any
have-
good things about it.
I have a few of the lads in my one of my close groups have fucked around with it and have the same impression of Cube woundwork.
I'm gonna share my screen real quick, Brian.
You're welcome to. I'll support it as soon as you offer it.
All right, sweet.
So, woo.
So whoa. All right, so
Here it is.
ooh, hello. So
Whoa.
here is the Volks version of the Jager Mirage. So you can see like all these different plates right here.
Oh snap, son! I didn't realize that was it.
Yeah, so this one is it right here. So all these little tiny plates, all these little details and stuff like
So
that.
many bits,
Yeah, I
dude.
absolutely abandoned looking for that.
It's like it's the only row ballerina that I'm really interested in, and I'm never ever gonna build.
Here's a picture of people putting it together real quick.
Oh my
Oh.
god.
So you can see the size of this man's head is the size of the torso.
Yeah.
See, I saw that as well, but I didn't know if that was the right one or not.
No, yeah, this is the Volks version. You can see like the regular Jager Mirage right next to it. So this is a separate kit right here,
Gotcha.
which is actually slightly smaller than the Twin
Yeah,
Tower.
you can see that. Yeah, absolutely.
This is the one that you're working on, Pabs?
This is the one I'm working on. Yeah, these
Yeah.
the size of this beast.
Uh-huh.
That's big, dude.
Yeah.
That is not a small model. Speaking
Yeah,
of
I hear you. I feel it. How tall is the base unit?
painted so nicely,
The base unit is roughly if we use like the PG Unicorn as a base, it's about a head and a half taller.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, go back to the
I
other
have
guy.
no
Pat.
concept
It's-
as to how big a perfect grade kit is. I've only built mega size.
So,
Other than
that's like,
master grades.
I love that they actually painted that one nicely. Like it seems like so
I mean,
many
it's the size of his torso, the base unit.
Yeah, it's about in terms of height. So this is a very small Japanese man. Just he's not very tall, from what I remember seeing photos of this thing. It's not. It's this thing is fairly sizable, and mostly because of the heels, though.
Mhm.
Also, you have to remember this thing is fully articulate.
Yeah, man, that's wild, dude.
So like
Anything articulate is wild.
so the Briegel, right? I the Briegel that I made, that I made mostly articulate. And with the rifle in the prone stance with it over the shoulder, it was approximately 18 inches tall.
Regal's a big boy.
Yeah. It's not a small kit. So I'm just kind of curious as to how big it is, how big the base mod, like the core model is in relation to that. I know that the towers themselves are incredibly long. I want to say that it's got to be almost that size or larger, right?
Yeah. So here's like a kind of off-screen version of it, because I mean this is not a very good image at all because it's
I'll have
tiny.
to-
Yeah.
I'm just gonna-
He's a big boy.
And
It
you
is
know,
a massive lad.
the funny story behind, I just realized how I got into like not building models, but into Gundams, like Mecha, is probably because I didn't know what these things were up until Pab started building them. But I remember being 8 at the dentist's office and in a magazine, these really strange looking Japanese mecha, and I was like, damn, these are so badass. And now I'm putting 2 and 2 together, thinking it's this.
It might just be this, yeah. So here's like a close up of it right here. Look at all these details, like on the shoulder here, all of this. Like this is the jointage I was talking about. Like these are Kotobukiya ball joints. All of this stuff, all of these little pipes, like this thing right here. Like there's some pipes on the weapon that's all together, but most of the smaller pipes are separate pieces.
Right.
And then you've got like all these little tiny frame pieces right here. These are all like one piece as well.
Are they actually wire or are they plastic? I can't tell.
Some of them are actually die cast.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was like, what?
So like you've got like little details in the hole here. That's photo etch.
Mhm.
So it's like, oh my god, this thing is.
It's
It's
crazy that
insane.
it's actual die. Like it's not cast pewter. It's die cast.
Yeah, it's
That's
die cast.
crazy.
So
Sure.
it's like, yeah, and then like, so I'm trying to think of what else. Yeah, this tail right here, separate pieces.
Yeah.
Each little piece.
I
Yep.
don't know. I mean, they'd have to
Yeah.
be, but damn.
Yeah, no, yeah, I get it.
And then it's got a tiny little sword.
This sword is massive. This sword is actually massive.
It's gigantic.
This
Yeah,
thing is in a weird like.
I'm gonna guess the sword is what, like 6 or 8 inches long, something like
Yeah,
It's just
so-
the rest of him so titanic that it doesn't.
that. Yeah, it doesn't
that way by comparison.
scale. Like these people forget to throw your standard large Bic lighter in there as a scale reference.
Yeah, this antenna right here, I hate this antenna. This thing was very warped. These things are massive. Like these cloth things in the back.
Mhm.
This black part right here, massive, massive single piece of resin with detail. So it's got like some panel lining in there and everything.
That's why you need me out there to help you with the Pebby.
Tell me about it.
I have all the resin experience you need.
I think I need it. So he's like,
I do.
I've been building resin for like 20 years. Let's do this thing. Come on.
Yeah.
There you go.
I know I have the sword out somewhere, very warped, so you can see like the age on this thing. But like stuff like this, stuff like this is beautiful on the one I have, the one I'm working on. It's not mine.
So what's the like the story of these things? Is it like a half living thing armored by?
It's like romance and magic. And romance.
Is it anything along the lines of Dragon's Heaven?
No, not even close. No, not in some fucked up way. Like not even close. There's the size of the cannons.
Yeah, they're gigundous.
Yeah.
Bam, and there's the main unit.
There's a movie.
That's going for a while.
Yeah, it's like 3 feet of cannon on top of the model.
Yeah, and this is just 3 pieces. So this is one piece. There's another piece in the back. Then you've got like one tube, and then you've got a second tube.
Yeah, I remember the night you busted out the cannon inserts just to show up to us. I was like,
dude, I was so tanked that night. It was amazing. Brian watched. That was Brian watched. I remember.
That was Brian.
that was
Yes,
Brian
it
Watch? No shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it distinctly.
I forgot
Everything
that
up
bit.
to the point where I fell asleep. I remember everything.
You've even got like this cannon right here. There's another extra cannon right here. These things are super heavy in the back right here because these are actually
They're solid, right?
they're solid, but they also have like little bullets on the inside of them that are separate. If I can bring it out, I'll show you guys. Like it looks like the back of a real bullet, and it goes on the back of those to make like missile pods.
Oh,
it's
nice.
pretty cool. Like it looks like they just casted like an actual bullet and go like, yeah, I like the back of this bullet.
Yeah, they might have done that actually.
Yeah.
Why not? Yeah.
It's like
a primer strike or whatever.
I'm pretty sure
Take a look at it.
I'm pretty sure
Find out if they've been struck or not.
I think there's like 46 of those little things. So I call them little, but they're pretty massive.
That's
It's all part of the game.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the Jaeger Mirage. I never want to look at it again. Do you guys?
I do. That's one of those things that, like, just because I know how much of a pain in the dick it's going to be to build, I wouldn't want to build it, but I would paint the shit out of that thing. It would be so much fun.
Oh, no doubt.
You
Not
should
I.
hand paint that, Phil.
Nope. Nope.
What's up?
You should hand paint it.
I would.
Henry, I did finish up the F-18. Would you like to see it?
Yes,
Yeah,
we'd
that
love
came out
to see
dope.
it.
Let me go grab it.
Yeah, hell yeah, G.
I got to pick out somebody in the GBA. I forget who it was. Maybe it was Andrew. I can't remember. So somebody was like challenged me to like paint or hand paint an MG. I was like, okay.
Yeah, that's not too hard. I did
That was literally my first thing I ever did.
So here's those die-cast pieces I was talking about.
Ooh. Straight casket.
There you go.
Focus.
Shit, man, that's dope.
Aluminum, right now.
And then you've got the those little frame things I was talking about that were massive.
All right, so
Yeah.
those little bits. Yeah, so those are totally.
That would be super fun to paint, though.
It
like-
would be so fun to paint. Go through and like edge highlight all those little like gothic like
Oh yeah, see, Phil's like,
shit.
I love you, Phil, because you're like, I want to paint the shit out of that, and my stance is like, I want to just correct all the errors in form and build it. And let
And I'm
somebody else paint it.
100% behind that. Like, if you want to buy this kit, you do that thing.
No, somebody else buy it. and give it to Pabs, and then I'll help Pabs make it a beautiful specimen, and then we can give it to Phil to paint. Just,
Yeah.
Like
shove it
that,
on Phil.
I would trip out hard getting to paint that thing. I'm not fucking playing. Like that
We
would
need to film a guild, guys. We need
that
to
would be
film
Christmas right there.
dudes.
I will stay at least 100 miles away from it.
It'd be so much fun to paint.
Be part of the guild, Z. Just
It's got it all though. It's got like the big surface areas.
Or two on it. I don't need to be a part of it.
It's got like big surfaces. It's got like gothic like crenellations around it. It's got buttresses on it for Christ's sake on a robot.
Robots need buttresses.
Oh, look at this! Look at this!
Hey.
F-18 is an angel. It's not a Tomcat or a Falcon.
No,
It's a-
yeah, so it's F-15 of the Blue Angel. I did a little. You can't really tell on this webcam, but I did a little bit of like kind of usage on it, like gave it some.
No, you can. I mean, you can subtly tell. but
Yeah, like you can see more from on this side.
Mhm.
You can see the interior pretty well, and then I finally corrected the exhausts or the jets, and the bottom is all done. Got a little bit of kind of usage there too.
Gorgeous,
But,
man.
yeah, it is. All I got to do now on it is give it a semi-gloss coat, and it is done.
Hell yeah.
Very cool.
So I do finish kits.
You
once in a while.
finished something. I'm so proud.
It's the Blue Angels are a unit. It's the F-18 Hornet.
Yeah, it's the F-18 Hornet. This is the A version, and yeah. So now I'm on to, as you guys were, I was showing you guys back to that Zaku for a little bit,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna finish up Apex as well.
Yeah.
Apex, fine. Yeah.
So I was hoping that Terry was gonna do that technical drawing of it, like
Nice.
Abs had asked him to, so then I can steal some ideas from him.
Terry's just straight up ignoring me these days.
His illustrations are so nice though.
Yeah, he's ignoring me too because I want him to finish my commission that's been over a year old now. Which I mean, I'm not. I haven't bugged him about it. But
Shots fired.
yeah,
So here's the,
if you guys remember, like last year, it was Tim that showed off like a picture that he was working on. It was an Astray, Musha version of the Astray. It was a black and white sketch.
Mhm.
And then immediately after Tim showed that off, Terry hit the road. Like, I think he's a sound engineer.
Oh, he's a musician. He was playing with Blue Man Group at the time.
Yeah, so he was traveling all across the world.
Yeah, he's all over the place.
Yeah, so he's all over the world. And
I don't think
I
he's
was
doing
just like, I'll leave him be. And then he took some time off from social media. And, so that kind of just has been sitting there. He did send me the sketch, but he has to kind of go over the final lines and color it.
Yo,
So-
real quick, Phil.
Yeah.
The auction looks like it's going fantastically.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I
Dude.
really didn't expect it to take off like that. I'm very, very, very flattered and happy. And I mean, don't get it twisted. It's mostly friends of ours. It's not like the internet exploded paintings. But what happened is that the people are showing up for Ben, and I think that's awesome. So
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna get past four grand already.
they're past 400 anyway.
I mean total.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Which was like at 3,200 like
Last week.
last week.
oh that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean if we're anywhere near it, like I'm right around 4, I think, right now for the works. So
That's gonna put it right over.
and it's still on till noon tomorrow. So
Cool.
and
Yes.
I told everybody that if all of them together came out to if everything together added up to 200, that I'd do a big Kshatriya and auction that too. So
Well, that's done.
we'll see if anybody's got any money left and do that.
Oh, Manny wants to see my first kit bash. One, I don't have it here, and two, my first kit bash was the one that I entered in that contest in GVC.
Oh, it was this
It
thing
wasn't
wind
the
me up.
Astray. It wasn't the Astaroth. It was actually it was an Age 3 Fortress and an Age FX.
Oh.
kit bash
See,
together.
you were so lucky I was out of town when judging for that aside. So I'm gonna say about that.
Well, I mean, I didn't win, but I guess I would have had I come up with a
story
for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
So
That's
like
the
the concept was like build your custom mech and then give us a backstory of how it's used and whatever.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love that, but they made you give like a book report. Like,
Like it was like a paragraph, you know.
Oh, there he goes. he's back.
But you know, I don't watch any of the Gundam animes, so I have no idea of like what am I going to tell you about this guy?
Right.
It's a fucking robot.
he's got the big
so
arms
that's
on his
the reason
back.
I
It's
lost
crazy.
that. Yeah, I mean, it was fun. I did enjoy it. It's somewhere in storage, and I wanted to go back and repaint it, but Pabs and Ross talked me out of it. And
I
then,
did no such thing.
yeah, you guys were like, hey, you know, it's one of your first builds ever. You're gonna look back at it, like, look how much you progressed and all that shit.
Oh yeah, I did say that shit.
So
Then you're gonna drink to forget.
yeah, like, oh.
Shame.
But I
Did
do
say
not.
that.
And if Manny, if you meant the Astaroth, then I don't have that here either. I've taken all my Gunpla out of the house and put it in storage, except for except for Pabs's Moon Gundam and Ken's Sinanju, SD HG Sinanju. That's literally the only things I have in the house right now, short of what I'm working on.
Hey Manny, if you remind me, I actually found my first Gunpla kit bash.
I think my first kit badge.
I can take
He
it.
has literally like. That
I do
like,
have it. It was a commission for you. That's right.
Yeah. That was my
I've
first
been-
kit badge.
I've been kit bashing minis forever, but my first Gunpla kit bash was a
So
few years back.
I know Z said that this was a small sword, right? So he said like for the Jaeger Mirage. He said, "Oh yeah, look at that! Like he's got like this tiny ass sword.
It's about a foot and a half tall.
Here is that sword right here, and here is a comparison with like a toothbrush.
You can brush
Like,
your
it
teeth
is-
with the sword.
It's not tiny, man. Like and then you got like here's the handle for this thing. Like you can literally
Here's your
hold this
handle.
with your hands.
And let me see the handles.
There's the handle. Look at this handle right here.
Like a katana, though. Is it the same color, really?
It's a claymore sword. Look, it's a claymore handle.
Okay.
So
Yeah. So I don't
Yeah.
look so much like Z. I'll go with the Misfits hair. Because he got a crisp new haircut. And
Yeah,
I've
get that
been
deathlock.
Flock for a while, so
There you go. Do you like flock of seagulls?
seagulls shit.
oh,
They're
this
my
camera's about to die.
You just go like this. We'll get a little JoJo going on. There we go.
Hey, did you see the dude?
Put my cowboy hat on.
Sonny.
Did you see the dude who there was a broken window for a music store when the protest was going on,
Yeah.
and he jumps in and he starts playing the theme song to JoJo
God,
on the piano. It's like,
Aw.
yeah, that's fucking dope.
The Ongawa says it's a stiletto.
Oh, like a thin dagger.
I don't.
they
think
are
that's-
lying to you.
I don't think that's a stiletto.
No, it's stiletto for you.
That is the
It's
wrong
a
word.
sword. It's
Oh
a
no,
sword
it's a broadsword for the Jagged Mirage. Look, this is my face with this damn thing. Look at it. It's my fucking face.
There we go.
I have a big face.
This is like at least this is
making big
close to Johnny Bravo. I'm close to Johnny Bravo.
Yeah, yes, you are.
Wow, Johnny Bravo is like at least 12 inches high. Like,
I know. I don't quite have. I'm working on
I'm sure it gets.
it. I don't have any product in my hair. This is just all
For it
natural.
not being a legit pompadour, you're doing all right.
Yeah, considering it's a fucking mohawk.
you're in John Travolta territory right now.
Oh no, you don't want to be there.
Sandy.
Oh my goodness, the hobby. He has this.
Oh my gosh.
Unagawa, Brian needs to become a Dapper Dan man. All right.
Oh, you haven't
Dapper
seen
Dan.
I don't even know what that is. I'm already against it.
I want fuck, damn it. Or don't want fuck. There you go. I'm a dapper Dan.
It sounded like you said, "I want fuck."
It sounded like that, and I was like,
That was the next logical step.
What's going on with Phil?
next logical step. Yikes!
I want fuck.
So
Sometimes you
we're,
talk about hair
we're
product.
over time, so I'm gonna show you guys what I've been working on.
Uh-oh.
Nobody stays till the end. There's 20 people watching right now, so that's pretty tight.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome
Do you have a
There you
bunch of
go.
pilots there?
to the more than 4 Horsemen Buildoff.
More
There
than
we go.
Yeah, we're the Four Horsemen is kind of on chill, but as you guys can see, there's the custom tanks that I mocked up.
trussing.
I got some unrestricted trussing that I built here on the side. So you saw that when I was talking. Gosh, was it 2 weeks ago? No, yeah. when I was
You
building this stuff.
were pretty much doing it in every stream you were on. You're like, I'm doing trusses right now.
Yeah, you know. Well, no, I only did trusses for like a day. So yeah,
Okay.
Combined total of 24 hours.
I did 9 trusses in the course of like 24 hours.
Oh,
And then
okay.
I
Never.
I showed them off.
I got
after
you.
the fact.
Okay.
All the same. I made these awesome front skirts. I made these awesome front skirts that only like the bros in the close chat here have seen before. So these are made up from some cast off excess parts, some master grade heavy arms EW, and then some other excess parts from the XS 1.0. The little shorty side skirts here that you can kind of see back in there. You can't really see because it's so far away. Those are also from the heavy arms. There's some.
I was gonna say the heavy arms like front skirts would look great on that thing. I think the aesthetics of that thing would complement it very well. And you already have them on there. So.
You have little pilots on the bottom over there?
Yeah. There's a bunch of little 1/100 scale people over here just to kind of like give a scale as to the size of the monster versus the. Yeah, this is just so it's not all the parts are fully attached. This is a little bit of a tip, I guess, that I can give you guys here, like towards the end of the stream. This is just some super simple double-sided tape. It's literally nothing if you think about it. It's literally 2 sides of adhesive that are stuck to this like backing.
It's 2 sides of the same tape.
Shut up. It's all adhesive with no backing. Essentially, if I can get it.
Oh yeah, I can see the film coming off. Yeah.
Right. Right. It's hard to see, but it is. Here you go.
There you go. Yeah.
Right? So it's literally just this like super duper thin film, and I'm using this to hold some of like my smaller components, like vernier components, onto it. And what's nice about using this is you can pull it off on the backer, cut it down, lay it on your cutting surface here, or on your mat. Put your pieces that you want to adhere down on top of it, cut around them nice and cleanly, and then just peel that backing off. You're making a plastic sticker. Granted, it's not going to last forever, but it gives you a chance to kind of like put parts around and see where things are to get a feel for it before you fully commit to doing something. If you're like,
just make sure you have a decent amount of surface volume because it won't.
Oh yeah. I put it on the full. Like what I did it for was, which you can't necessarily see. I'll try and get it closer. Is I use it on these little guys here next to the head. Yeah. I made these little components. These are from the heavy arms. They're some little Vulcan cannons from somewhere on the cord. I can't remember because I just blew that thing apart.
So sick, dude.
Yeah, and I added that in there. And those are just stuck on. So I can pull those off right now and have no worry about them ever being there. So it's just kind of like a way for me to feel things out.
Every time I see this thing, it makes me not want to build my
see those front skirt components. So you've got like this is a modified excess component down here and up here on top, and it still gives the opening aspect of the heavy arms. So I can add missiles inside of there to give it that front flap open for that, and it still locks in place. Just like
I wouldn't fight this thing.
The one thing I want to say is the arms tend to get a little bit lost.
No, I know exactly. So that's what I was talking about earlier today. So what I'll be going into here within the next week or two is like removing the 2 components from each other, the backpack from the core, potentially expanding on the core itself, adding some articulation, potentially a rotation within the waist, making it kind of pull itself away from the backpack to make it more of that Gundam with a backpack as opposed to just like a mobile weapon. Because I want to move away from that. What it was the Deep Striker, and then I like slapped it on top of the XS legs and like wadded it on top of that. So what I want to do is like get away from that and make it something totally different. So I've got a lot of stuff that I'm going to have to like sit and contemplate on before I make any actions. So
it's the backpack king, all right? Backpack king.
Is that thing perfectly symmetrical other than for that radome?
What's that?
Is it perfectly symmetrical other than for the radome there? The radar?
No, because there's the radome, and then and then on the back I put like there's one of the eye field generators that is on the 303 Deep Striker. I'm modding that onto the back, and then I'm going to add another radome that I have, which is the secondary arm here, which is this guy. So I'm going to mod that and potentially add that on top next to or in adjacent to that. So then on the other side of where the radome and the eye field generator are is the custom pivot arm that I made for the gun. So that's made out of like the Zaku mega size parts and everything and other stuff that I added to it after the fact. And so there's that on the other side, which adds the breaks the symmetry. Otherwise, yes, it is incredibly symmetrical, and I don't necessarily like it. But I have just started working on this, which is like just ham together. This is the double beam smart rifle. So I'll be making this double beam smart rifle that will go with it. And then I have an idea as to how I want that post to look. Like it's starting to flesh out in my head. So I'm going to have to build a new base for this. Like the one that exists right now just is not going to work for what I want in the future and the position that I want this thing to be in when it comes to being time to submit it for competition. So I'm going to have to build something completely new. It'll be made out of metal. It'll be totally custom, and it's a bunch of other wild shit that I don't normally talk about. So
is it easily disassemblable?
What's that? The model?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
can you disassemble
actually.
it easily? Yeah,
Yeah, actually fairly.
I'm just thinking about
for
like
what it's worth.
traveling.
No, for what it's worth, yeah, you could disassemble it, but I mean, it's going to be one of those things like the Flea, where it's going to take up my case. Essentially, my entire.
Yeah,
I have this large travel gig case. It's like a music gig case, essentially.
Yeah.
No, I can GBWC 2020 build.
This is my Bandai Open build. My
Yeah,
GBC 2021 build is I'm not talking to you guys about that.
Yeah,
Brian, this isn't a GBWC. This isn't the GBWC 2020 build until you make a rap video or a rap song.
That's awesome. No. This is just the Bandai Open. This is my Bandai Open build. My 2021 build, I'm not talking about. So.
I build backpacking. I like backpacking.
It's not the backpack. The backpack king was just a joke. It's like calling Pabs Pabalante.
Yo, one of my builds is gonna be named that one of these days. I'll show all of you.
The Pabalante. My build is
Ver Pabalante.
Jesus.
It's gonna be fabulous.
I like
both of those jokes stem from One Punch Man, as far as I'm concerned. As far as my stem is, yeah.
Oh shit!
Rap video.
Excellent.
Oh my god.
Just make it not so average. That's all you need to do.
Oh yeah. Just don't be
Don't
be so average. All right. I mean, come on. What the fuck?
I'm definitely gonna be above average. Just saying.
Just though.
I like to be a little below. I like to be a little below. Just, under promise.
Keep expectations to the bare minimum.
Yeah. Come out of nowhere.
I snapped it.
Spider Monkey.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
I like backpacking. You like backpacking.
It's heavy arms.
Backpacking. You just
heavy arms.
It's got heavy on parts. I'll make arts.
I'll make art.
Oh my god. Do it. That's it.
Oh man.
Perhaps it's gonna be spitting grimy.
Yeah.
He's the next Dizzy Rascal.
That was a legit crime flow. I'm all right with that.
Yeah, not bad, Pat. Not bad.
Skip the meter there for that.
It's gonna be like the streets meets Dizzy Rascal.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Very gully. Very gully.
Dry your eyes, mate.
I haven't even seen. Oh my goodness! I have 1,000.
Don't change them tones. Just leave.
Are we wrapping it up here soon, Brian?
Oh, we're gonna keep
Bullshit.
making Dizzy references. Dang.
Do what now? Wait, what? Who? What was that?
I know
I'm saying
we're
doing Dizzy tracks.
I don't know when you were wrapping up. Just so on.
Well, it depends. Like, because Texas is fluid lately.
Lately,
She's on, but
She's true. Oh, cool. Well, I'm not trying to step on her toes.
well, Zach stepped on your toes
you
earlier.
trying to get me killed or what?
Zach is always stepping on my toes. That's fine. I'm not worried about Zach.
You guys are family.
He's got family to feed.
Yeah, we're like evil step cousins or something like that. I don't know what the deal is. Apparently,
It's the before and after the meth hits.
oh shit! So you're saying that I'm the after? God,
No,
damn.
I'm not. I'm keeping it very vague.
You are not at all, son of a bitch. Clearly, I'm far more weather worn than Zach is.
I don't know, man. That voice. I'm just saying.
My voice, come on.
No, I'm talking about Zach's voice.
Oh shit!
Wow.
I'm just kidding, Zach. I'm a big fan.
Just need you to not talk, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, we're all fools. Every one of us. Every one of you out there in TV land, and everyone here in the group with us.
Nobody's going to heaven. None of us are going to heaven.
Nope. You might as well enjoy it while you're here.
You fall apart with the hearts on these.
You be falling apart when you see the hearts on these parts.
Oh shit! Oh shit! There it is.
Got the little bob there. I love it.
I like backpacking.
Damn it all! No, it is the Psycho Sentinel. It is right now. The working title is the Hunter.
The
I've
Hunter.
been calling it this.
It should be Jaeger.
See the arts.
Quiet.
Psycho Jaeger.
Quiet.
That's my wife's maiden.
You take your Guillermo del Toro back and put it in your pocket.
Put it in your pocket. You hear me?
We can't call it the Psycho Jaeger.
Put Guillermo in your pocket.
Obviously, it is literally right now. It looks like a Psycho Zaku crossed like Sentinel Gundam. So it is a Psycho Sentinel right now, and it's out to hunt Kyle's build because Kyle's build is going to go down.
Oh yeah.
Kyle, if you're out there listening in TV land, if not now, later, he's that kind of he's not pessimist. He's that kind of masochist. He's going to suffer through it all.
I think the fact that you have Thunderbolt shields on there just adds that connection a little
Oh,
bit more.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt like that was going to be the way in the end.
What's
I tried the Quell, I tried the Jim, I tried the Dingo, I tried the Origin, I tried the Hazel, I tried the Justa. What like the best was the ones from the full armor.
They're good shapes. They're good shapes.
They work, in my opinion. They work with it, and then it kind of gives that kind of like spin too, because neither of them are specifically canon, or like I know that like Thunderbolt's retcon, but it kind of like adds that aspect.
See,
of Sentinel.
that shit ain't cool. You don't make a cartoon like a year ago and then fucking be like, it's not real. I'm like, fuck you, man. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's real to us.
Wait, Thunderbolt's not real?
Yeah, they're all
it's
saying,
real,
like,
but-
it's an alternate universe.
Like a what if thing?
No, it's
No,
not.
I mean it's just as real as any other UC story.
It's just as real as any other imaginary cartoon show that we
Yeah, exactly. And honestly, it spices up the UC storyline for me to be truly
does
real
so
because, like,
much.
I
It
mean,
adds a ton.
as much as I really love Origin. It's great. I own all the manga, like hardcover. Like I own all the Blu-rays because it's great. I feel
Origin's
like
a fantastic series.
I
But
feel
it
like,
ain't fucking
I feel like
funny.
it's excellent. You can watch anything exactly. And Thunderbolt too. I own all the things. I own all the manga. Sorry, I own all the manga, and I own all. It doesn't matter.
Weird flex.
Of course, because we're obsessive. We can't help it. We can't help it, but we don't because that's part of being obsessive. But
Sorry, I was tilting.
I
was
can't wait
tilting
until they do Beginning Gundam because you know for the fucking fact that they're gonna retell the OG because the OG is like, I mean, it's good, but fuck, man. It's
I mean,
hard.
Origins already into the OG. Like, just
Yeah.
go on, keep on going, guys.
No, I know, and I mean,
You
yeah.
can only improve it. Like, just go.
I don't know if you've read the manga or anything like that, but
I don't know.
it tells it like spot on with better detail,
Yeah.
and it fucking cuts the shit out. In my opinion,
No, I love it.
I'm just a talking head on the internet with crazy pompadour hair. So
There's worse.
He's a talking head on the internet with rap skills, rap and build skills.
I can wrap a present like none other.
You fall apart when you see these arts.
Do I spit rhymes? Do I drop bars? Do I spit bars? Do I drop lines? I don't know what either of those things mean.
You drop bombs like Hiroshima.
I scribe lines.
Not with the Tamiya Scriber though.
With me as Scriber 2.
I'm just gonna
Actually,
have
I have some pretty garbage scribes right now, but
to get like super hammered and bring my NPC one of these nights.
So essentially,
I want to.
Jack Lupton is asking what the premise of Thunderbolt is, with just very light spoilers.
I mean, you don't have to spoil it. It opens up in just an isolated theater of war where both sides have been largely cut off from reinforcement and support, but neither one can abandon their position, so you're just grinding each other to dust. It's a horrible, sad, grim story, and then it just gets more exciting from there.
Yeah,
it's a very grim story where neither side is on the right side of history.
Yeah,
it is intense.
It's like from a different Lagrange point on the planet than where majority of UC Gundam and like any of like Operation British or any of that stuff happens. So it's from a different location than that. Essentially, it's a continuation or an extension of the UC storyline in a different part of the planet. So it still deals with all of this stuff.
It deals with the aftermath of some of the UC storyline, but not. Right. It diverges very, very much from that. So
and by doing that, it lets it actually like explore other cool things about the universe about the solar system, you know, because like the whole idea that there's like, you know, the Thunderbolt sector or whatever, that's such a great concept, and they never really got into like, you know, stellar phenomena or whatever in any of these.
Yeah, electrostatic bolts from debris in space. Cool. So it's real. I mean,
it is.
Plot, and that's fucking psycho cool.
Yeah, there was so much cool shit in that. Like there's stuff. There are concepts in there that I hope they latch onto in future things that they do. But we'll see.
What are you saying? He's shaking his head. What are you saying, Z?
Bandai, so they won't.
So my test print just completed during this live stream. I don't think I can take it out yet because the resin's still dripping into the vat.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah, so I'm waiting for that to kind of drip off. So I just use so it comes with an angle tool where you place it on the axis and it tilts the bed to an angle so all of the excess resin drips off.
Right.
But it looks fucking amazing.
What did you run on it? Did you do the rook thing or what did you do?
Yeah, so I just did the quick rook test real quick.
Okay.
I already have settings ready for all my supports and stuff. We're ready to go on like the next couple of prints here. So
nice.
Keep an eye out, guys, because it's gonna be fucking sick. I'm gonna come out with my own conversion kit. I don't have to worry about doing it myself. I'm just gonna fucking model it. We're ready to go.
Oh wow, gosh, wow! Amazing if somebody ever did that before.
I was taking a jab with Brian. You're saying
there.
It won't let me build it.
Here's a question now. So, as you know, I have no idea what Gundam and all this is about.
All you had to do is just turn on the TV, man. Like it's been so long now.
No, I'm not gonna watch it.
It's wearing so thin.
Yo,
Thunderbolt,
two movies.
Premise.
It's an hour and a half long. It's fantastic. You'll love it.
I'm not gonna watch it.
Okay, so it's like you just want like an abbreviated.
Like who are the good guys? Who are the bad guys?
That's the part. Yeah, that's the whole thing. There's no good or bad guys.
Everyone. Can I give it a shot? Give it a try. Let me give it a try. See, here's my abbreviation, and then someone else will make it better. I'm sure this is going to be super short. So, humanity expands to the point where population overgrows the Earth, and we have to go to space. Right. So they create space colonies, and they put them in Lagrange points, which are geostasis orbit points around the Earth, right? And they don't just make like one or two; they make like groups of colonies of like these massive things, just full of people.
Well, because the Earth had to be like depopulated for the most
because the Earth was fucked, right? We fucked hardcore, and so this
was in the 70s, by the way. They wrote the story.
Exactly, right? Based on 70s style technology. So they have these big cylindrical colonies in groupings. And then these things are full of like, atmosphere and earth and stuff like that. So they terraform this kind of like whatever. They build this like stasis. They make all these these habitats fill of people, and then life happens. It continues on. The Earth starts to heal itself. Some people stay on the Earth to kind of like heal that shit up, but most of the people are out in colonies. So the Earth itself starts to draw resources from these colonies because they naturally have more people and more whatever. So they start to pull from the colonies and take from the colonies, and at the same time enforce more rules and regulations on them. Further out colonies start to feel neglected. Because they're neglected, they start to form their own system of government in a way, because there are separations between those two, and it starts to create different things. Then you can get like Xianzum Daikun, who is the originator of the new type theory and the separationist movement to try and pull the colonies away from Earth, knowing that like everybody within the colonies themselves are an autonomous unit and they deserve rights of their own, and that there is like a separation between the two.
And he also thinks they're all going to evolve too.
Exactly. Yeah. He feels like there's an evolution. He sees kind of trends, this and that. There's like an underlying theory to there, and then
it's partly science and partly religion. Yeah.
Exactly. And then there's like a coup that happens from this within like underlying forces within the outer Earth colonies. They kill Zaikun, adopt his mantle under their own like authoritarian regime, right, and then make war against the Earth Federation. And then that is where like Gundam like starts in essence, is like those two clashing units, the Earth and then Zeon.
Yeah, so if you think about like the original Gundam show, it's the status of what's going on in the war in the eyes of a young innocent boy.
Right.
So that's kind of why it's shown in such a very innocent way. And as time goes on, as the war goes on, he becomes more and more jaded, to the point where now he's become himself a killing machine.
Who's the boy? Amuro?
Amuro,
yeah.
Amuro Ray, yeah.
Yeah, well, if you go for
you started out as such a nice Canadian, and then
when you talk about like what Pat's talking about, if you start from like what I gave you was like what like was Origin kind of like lays out. Mm-hmm. If you start from UC Gundam, from like original 0079, like 1979 era Gundam, it was like the first episode was like crazy war, Zeon's attacking Amuro, getting the Gundam. It was like really that yeah, exactly. And it was like a kid who doesn't understand his family dynamic, or like if you really want to know, Z, if you're interested in listening to it without watching it, listen to Mobile Suit Breakdown, because they lay it all out really cleanly. They talk about all the historical elements that tie it into it. I know either Pabs loves it or he just loves the idea.
I've just been I've got the original song rocking in my head now.
Right, yeah. Sung by Tomino himself, was it not?
Origin is fantastic. It's just a great modern movie. Like it's not it's not like weird anime bullshit. It's just a good show.
What's it called?
It does
Mobile Suit Gundam Origin. You can get it on Hulu, I think.
Yeah. A lot of the poo-poo kind of anime mecha tropes originated from the original Gundam series.
It's cheesy.
It's got that cheese to it, but it also has very almost grim and dark moments for such a show that was aimed very specifically at children at the time.
It's an intense story. I mean, it's a war parable. Like it's a direct allegory for World War II and the end of it. But,
right. Yeah. How war is bad. Ultimately, it's the story behind.
It never changes whether it's got giant robots or tanks.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is.
The idea that
people were like,
the dehumanization of war was, the idea was that if people were going to fight, they needed to fight face to face and not using, incredible, scientific machines to do it, because that's what gets everybody killed.
So when I start watching it, is there like a Star Wars kind of a thing where episode 3 is episode 1 and 9?
No. They go in order. Just watch Origin in order. You'll be happy. It's a great show. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Where does you watch these?
Hulu.
Hulu's got Origin.
Gundam Info. Gundam Info channel on YouTube.
I don't think Gundam Info does anymore.
They used to have like the later episodes of it.
So they have the longer Origin stories.
Oh,
not the actual
They
episodes.
just
Like
just
the VAs
recycled their library actually.
Or,
So
okay.
they dumped all of
people do that
Unicorn.
shit all the
For
time.
free.
I think they dumped all IBO as well.
Hulu's got IBO. So does Netflix.
So does
Yeah,
Netflix.
I know.
They don't have or right now Hulu and I think Funimation might have Origin. But if you look hard enough, I'm sure you'll find it very
Yeah,
easily.
dude, it's a super popular show. It
it's available.
it covers all of the information that's in the original series in a much more exciting and relatable way than the really
also looks-
bad 70s animation does.
It looks fucking amazing.
Yeah, it does. Like you'll get to see
it's
the
incredible.
invention of the Zaku. You'll get to see the invention of the RX-78. You'll get to see the first gyms roll out. Like it's cool shit. Like the Origin gun tanks roll out and all that shit. Like it's fucking cool. And they're all animated beautifully.
I watched a part of that live action one on YouTube, and then I wanted to kill myself.
Yeah, that's different. You don't
What live action one?
What was that?
Double
God.
O.
G Savior? No, it's talking about G Savior, right?
Oh, okay, that's different.
The
yeah,
Canadian
no.
one.
Xavier, yeah.
Yeah,
G
no.
Savior. That's a real specific thing. That G Savior.
en.gundam.info. Okay, well,
What a waste of GPU resources.
state of Massachusetts, I'm no longer employed. But I'll find it.
Yeah,
I'll watch it.
no, I honest to God, I would be genuinely surprised if you didn't. And for real, like if you don't want to invest the time into watching Origin, watch Thunderbolt. It's a
The fact that
it's a fantastic self-contained story.
True.
And it's got the vibe.
the fact that you like war theater movies, I think you'll like this.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I like war. I like a lot of war stuff, but from a historical perspective.
I mean,
Yeah, and I guarantee you like the fact that so much thought was put into like why this is happening, like what are the motivations of each faction, and why is it not simply black and white?
basically just imagine that Zeon Zoom Daikun is Archduke Ferdinand, and the rest of it just kind of makes sense from there on out. So
Okay.
it's like as soon as he gets dropped, it's just fucking on. So,
What's this Master Grade Extreme?
So Bandai just recently trademarked Master Grade Extreme. No additional info except for a logo, and it says MGEX.
Yo, how much
MGX.
these are Dragon Momoko casts?
I'm guessing. So I mean, it's just a
Yeah,
theory.
that's probably what it is.
I'm guessing it's upscaled real grades.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Yep.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Let me answer
We
him.
were talking about
Question, I
this.
guess. How did I get Gundam? The mall. I walked into the mall when I was a kid and saw the Wing Gundam, like the PG, in one of the little carts, and I was like,
it's like over there was a girl, and over here there was a robot, and it was just
"What is that thing?" No, it wasn't. So all those carts were always owned by these like Asian families who were just like popped up for Christmas season.
I guarantee you one of them was mine.
my people out there.
Yeah, I used to, recruit.
Hey, auntie.
And whenever I would go to the mall, like I would see either at the anime store or like one of the little carts, like this perfect grade with Wing Gundam with the wings all out. And I was like, damn, that thing is fucking badass. One day I'll be able to get it once I found out how much it was. Then thought nothing of it ever again. So about 2.5 years ago, when my brother came back from China and brought me G Gundam. And that's it. And then I started searching where I could buy more after I finished that one and saw this little place called Hobbytown Schaumburg.
Motherfucking Schaumburg represent.
Fucking shopper.
I'm not the Gundam mechanic.
Talk about my bird.
I love you guys name dropping the areas I remember from my young
That is where I learned to use the Tamiya Scriber 2.
Yeah, what?
Also learned that the Gundam markers are shit.
Yeah, those are not good.
But yeah, Hendren, that's kind of the backstory for me. Like, and I tell you, the reason I like Astray so much is because I like the silhouette of the robot itself, and then the fact that it's katanas.
This is an unopened set of Gundam markers that I won. But I won more than a year ago.
they're good for kind of like dipping into paint trays and using a brush to detail shit.
Yeah, you let them drain
Yeah,
out.
no, for,
Make sure you guys use the God Hand Kinafude Brush Pro, since they are premium and work very good with solvent paints.
Hey guys, Chris Pabs here. Use the shit I use.
There's just something about the feeling of it in your hand. It just feels.
The first critique I have about these is
blue. You like blue, right? Everybody likes blue.
super premium.
It's why I made this Nanju blue, right? I was like, hey, we're doing this thing with God Hand. This is not just going God Hand blue.
You like blue? People like blue.
Hey guys, Chris Pabs here. You like to use in your hands? Well, do I have the tool for you?
Yeah, for real. There is another video dropping very soon.
Oh shit!
He's gonna start dropping those hot grime tracks.
So God Hand, we're very happy with the.
Question for you while we're on the topic. I was thinking about buying those brushes, but is there a website you guys are affiliated with, or just?
So right now, God Hand are making a US site to buy, so you can buy straight from God Hand, so you don't have to worry about going through any third parties.
That's pretty cool, actually.
Yeah. So they are trying to set up currently a US website where you can get 10% off.
With codes Chris Pabs 10.
No, through Gunpla Network. So it's not through me.
Yo, suckers thought I didn't have no sponsorships.
I have collaborations, not sponsorships.
We can't name drop Gunpla Network on.
Use code Musajin Pabs 10.
Yeah, honestly, I am really happy with these. Like I'm not Phil. I'm not very good with hand brushes, but I've been using these things for, I don't know, like a month now, I think. And I was using them on the wound ward. I was doing like a whole bunch of detail stuff with the wound ward, and these have worked very well for me. So,
Yeah, boy.
I really do want to try those. I really do. Like I'm curious to see how, because synthetics have always really disappointed me, but I really liked the way that those looked like they flexed and retained their spring.
You know, Phil, I did make a bit of a boo boo with these. So I was in a rush on, I want to say Friday, Thursday, one of those two, and I was putting the aluminum caps back on, and I accidentally jammed the edge of the aluminum stick the cap onto the brush. Yeah. It made like a gap, like it was one of the wider brushes.
Just split it.
Yeah, I just split. I was like, oh shit,
Bummer.
oh shit. I thought these were supposed to retain their shape, whatever. But so I essentially followed what they told me to do was just put it into 90-degree Celsius warm. Let that kind of get the glue back into a malleable form.
Try to get it soft.
Yeah, and then eventually just straighten it, and it was fine, and it
awesome.
100% worked. Like it's beautiful.
Have you got any Masters soap by chance?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do you guys use to clean your shit?
Because if you've got some Masters soap on top of that after the glue sets, then with synthetics, I don't know, but theoretically, it should at least get the bristles softened up enough that they'll be encouraged to retain shape on top of that.
Yeah, I do.
Masters is the shit, dude. I love that stuff.
I have something very similar to that. I don't.
If you guys don't have this stuff is quality.
Yeah. So I remember
using natural brushes because they need to be conditioned.
I remember using that on a lot of my.
It's like a paste. It's like, it's like not even a paste.
It's conditioned.
Yeah, it's great. It's great.
Yes,
I remember using that on a lot of my cheapo brushes, and I mean they work great the first couple of times, and then my stuff just started to break down because I was using
because the brushes are low quality. I hear you.
Yeah.
Are they numbered like brushes that I would get from like a paint store? These Works one, are they numbered, or are they small, medium, large?
No, they're numbered. They're numbered to like designate the size. So like here, for example,
I meant the MadWorks one, the one that Pabs has.
I don't know about
the God Hand.
The God Hands one.
Brushwork Pro. These are they are
the ones that Brian has are numbered like 0, 10, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. These are like 0, 2, 0, 4. So
these aren't technically numbered, but they do have like their own designation stuff on there. And even then, like
eyelids.
Yeah,
the ones that are numbered too aren't necessarily that consistent between brands.
So I know you're absolutely right. It just kind of like you have to get to know the brand and like that's all good. Pabs and stress, man. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, Phil. Because I have a couple here that are 00, or they're 0 rounds, and they are the same, almost the same size as a number 4 from a different brand, but they're different, like synthetic versus natural. So
I use a lot of Winsor & Newton and Reaper brushes, and their numeric scales are completely opposed to one another. Like it gets to where I just work by feel.
So here's what I need, I guess. Then I'm looking for something longer, but also for really fine details.
Well, I have the brush for you, my friend.
Liner brushes.
my shit. Oh, because this is still my stream. This is my shit. This.
There you go.
Yeah.
Here.
It's very hard to see.
Not there. Not yet.
There you go.
There we go. Right there. Yeah. Perfect.
Right.
I need a super pointy.
As you can see, this is buy it from the Japanese bookstore brand. I got this from Kinokuniya in Midtown. It's a calligraphy brush, and it is fucking awesome.
Yeah, most of the long tapered liners are originally designed for brush line and calligraphy.
Yeah, this is my fucking go-to. This brush costs $21, and it's worth every goddamn penny I paid for it.
Yeah, I use a lot of liners for when I'm doing if I'm doing freehand designs, like if I'm painting like a design on an armor plate, or if I'm like making checkerboards, or if I'm like going through and doing any like linear detail. I always stick to those things. But
I use that brush on every build from the Angel of Death through what I'm working on now.
The
Winged Zaku to now, if you guys don't know. So
I use a lot of rounds for like blends. I'll do flats for applying stuff to like big surfaces. Fan brushes if I'm doing a lot of like retarder blending.
Look at this thin piece of shit.
You need to back up
those.
And then if you want like a longer one, look, I mean you can't even see this one, man. Shit. There you go,
bro.
Wow.
See,
tiny.
It depends on what you're painting with too. Like if I were to load up my super thinned out acrylics on one of those teeny tiny brushes, it'd be dry before I got to touch the model.
So I ideally only be using these with enamels.
Yep. Then you could probably get away with that, but again, those.
Then do I have the brushes for you?
What the thing is, I need to hit up USA Gundam Store and ask them to send me some free brushes to review.
Oh shit!
What's up, guys? Gunpla Ronin here, and today I'm going
That's so average, Ronin.
I'll be
Shots fired. Shots fired. All right, before it gets surly.
No, so I do. Well, I guess then I'll be investing some money into brushes because as I'm starting to do these planes, I need to be able to detail these cockpits as cleanly as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Liner brushes and enamels, I think, will serve you well in that case. Yeah.
May I suggest the God hand brushes?
Yeah. So my main camera is dead, but you oh god, I don't even know if you can see that, but on the very side of this thing, right here where my finger is, you might be able to like make out some detail because it's fake. It's focusing on my face, man. I can't. This camera sucks.
Yeah.
Yo, cover your camera real quick.
And you're hella blown out. It's all good though.
Charles says Masters is good for synthetics too.
Nope.
Masters brushes,
but like you guys can just
Masters brush soap. The stuff I was saying is really good for natural brushes. Charles was saying it's good for synthetics also.
You can just about make out like some detail there. That's all from using these God hands. Like they're really good for very tiny detail if that's what you're looking to do, like your cockpits and stuff.
I will get them both. I will get the God hands and the Masters brushes cleaners.
Why you gonna say God hands that way though?
God, I was practicing my Pab's accent. Like I think this morning, I was like, "We just don't know what he has."
In regards to this brush, this may just be a generic calligraphy brush. I do not know.
And that's
I just know
what's
that
very
I
nice
got
is that converges to a very, very thin tip. But something very thick to something very thin.
Ultimately, that's what I was looking for. When I go everywhere, I'm always looking for tools or supplies or something that I can use to make things or like make into other things. So like, yeah, like I wish I will buy more of these when I can. I just don't go into the city because it's dangerous.
Yeah, Zach. We actually have Kino in Chicago. There's one like 20, 30 minutes from us.
There's a few of them around as well, so it's not just like a East Coast Central,
And
United States.
For realsy, especially if you're looking at synthetics in the beginning, I haven't tried super fancy pants God hand synthetics yet, but if you're just looking at synthetics anyway, you don't
the
have
premium, Phil. Thank you very much.
I see. You don't have to drop a whole lot of money. Like you can get some decent synthetic brushes at any craft store that'll give you a chance to get a feel for them.
Phil, I like dropping a lot of money on.
I know you do, but you're not. I'm just telling you, you're not teaching yourself anything that way.
Right.
Honestly, I like spending money.
It's one of those. This is one of those things where you're honestly better off.
In my soul.
Jesus Christ!
Listen.
You're better off starting out with cheaper shit in this case because first off, you can't fucking appreciate the nicer stuff until you understand why the other shit fucks up. And second off, the cheaper stuff will teach you how to maintain your equipment better.
Yeah, that's true because I bought like that bag of like 8 you get at Walmart.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they fell apart after the first year.
Yeah, they're fucking garbage. But
I think this is why it's great that I was able to review these brushes at this time because I've been using cheapo brushes this whole time. As somebody who was turned off by hand paint because I was using these cheapo brushes, it gave me a good perspective on what if I use something that I'm able now to use something that's a little more expensive. It's made me feel like
I believe
good tool.
Turned off to hand painting because of a certain individual who shit on everyone out of nowhere one night.
A good tool.
I was trying to give it a very wholesome way of.
He's gone from the. I'm assuming he's gone and disappeared somewhere, but I forget his name. There was a dude who showed up in the group one time and literally was like, "All you airbrushers are fucking pieces of shit. Look at this," and it was just the dirtiest, ugliest thing you'd ever seen.
I think he moved to Vermont. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Totally right. And then we were all like, "Well."
Speaking of Vermont, you guys got to see this. I'm putting it in the chat.
If you can learn how to keep a decent point on a cheap brush for even just a little while, then you're going to be so much more cautious with your nice equipment. Like you're so much more likely to wreck it without having the experience of maintaining something that needs extra caution to maintain.
Like, are you talking like Michael's or like Hobby Lobby?
Yeah, I mean, whatever, just any like generic craft store kind of thing. That's all you need. You don't have to go like bottom of the barrel. Some of those things are actually kind of nice at some of those places.
Yeah. No, I cut my teeth painting since I was a child. Like painting whatever I could paint. I painted like 1,000 paintings my whole life.
Totally.
I started using all of those, like whatever. I'm painting on cardboard and metal and wood and paper and canvas,
whatever you can get a hold of,
canvas and all that shit, right? Just like working it all out,
doing all that art supply.
Brushes till they're nothing, till they're nubs.
And I'm not saying that you have to do that to acquire appreciation for it. What I am saying is that I see a lot of people go out and buy fancy pants equipment that they can't take care of.
Sure.
And they couldn't be expected to. It's like
all
they just don't know what to do.
Some 90 degrees Celsius war. You guys will be good. No, yeah. Truthfully, Phil is honestly telling the truth. Like,
and the God hands are very reasonably priced for the level of premium.
But yeah, honestly, like I don't think I would be able to honestly give a good opinion on these if I hadn't used like the cheap stuff beforehand. Like, yeah, if I didn't do that, then I think my opinion on them would be skewed. It'd be like, hey, these are regular brushes that you guys can get now. Like it's regular. Like this is how it is. But it's not.
I mean, honestly, like you care about how they work and the finish that they apply. You're not gonna fuck around with it. Like you care about the finish. You care about your models.
Yeah.
You care about the way things look. You have a high level of standard, and that's why I think your opinion matters. So
thank you.
Of course, man.
I'm glad someone thinks so, Mom.
Do you hear me now, Father?
I feel like I'm being incredibly obvious here because I'm not the only person. But it's just
thank you. I appreciate it.
Snap. Clipping nubs. I just saw that. Julio. This guy, man.
Bro.
What?
Bro, everybody went to their phones. Look, everybody went to their phones.
Now that I have the audience's attention,
I'm in so much trouble.
So I'll have to hit you up when I go get some of these brushes, and you can walk me through how to use and care and shit.
It's pretty straightforward stuff, but for real, the difference is that you're gonna wreck your first few. That's just the way it goes. It's the way you move your hand until you train it to not create a curl until you get to where like you're going to figure out how to not destroy your brushes just by using them, and then you're going to figure out how to not destroy your brushes by taking care of them, and then you're going to be fine. And the God's honest truth is you don't have to buy fancy brushes ever. I know some awesome painters that like seriously, like world-class fucking painters that don't fucking use nice stuff.
Yeah, like I just ideally like I want a brush that's not going to have those frays.
Wow.
Right? Because
Do I have the brush for you?
A lot of that's in maintenance. It really is. But again, you'll figure out, and you're gonna figure out if you like synthetics, if you like naturals. It all becomes preference. I'm not trying to like lecture you about what to buy up front.
I like alpaca.
Other than to say, yeah, there you go, get some alpaca.
So Z, this is specifically just for details on like cockpits and stuff. Is that what you're saying?
Okay. Well, like I said, I'll buy those, and I'll buy the cheap ones, and then I'll buy some middle of the road ones.
All right, Charles and me are on the same page here, apparently.
Yeah.
James Waffle, who is a phenomenal fucking painter.
Who asked you, Charles? Who asked?
His Nurgle stuff is the jam, by the way. But yeah, he's the. I think he's taken a few Golden Demons. He's a Crystal Brush champ. Like that dude's amazing, and he uses garbage. So
Basuda!
Reference for what I use. This is the price of the Hobbytown brush that I've been using. It's $5.49 for a pack.
Yeah,
that's what I was using beforehand, and they work fine for me. Oh,
yeah, you can
$5.45 a pack.
It's not the arrow; it's the
so that's what I have, and they like mine completely just shit themselves. Like literally.
Like honestly, though, I've been taking care of these things very well. If I can find them, because I've lost them now. Yeah, I've been taking care of them very well, and I mean the I can't remember the word for it right now. The what's the word for it?
What?
The
spray?
No,
what are you looking for?
The splaying of the the splaying isn't too bad, but you can. I mean, I know you can't see it right now, but it's. I can see
a couple of repairs that are just taken off.
Yeah, and I've had these for I want to say 2 years now. Since the last time I was in Hobbytown, Schoenberg. What up, Schoenberg?
Schoenberg represent. Schoenberg got them apple barrels.
No, not anymore. No, we hate them.
Charles, you're absolutely right. I still have an entire crate of apple barrel paints that I've painted with since I was a kid. I mostly use them for scenery now, but they're great for like base coats and stuff.
Oh, yo, I know the paints you're talking about.
Apple barrels are the shit, man. You can get like check this, right here, motherfucker. This is like a pint of paint for like 80 cents. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's so cheap for acrylics, like just raw.
Yeah, it's great for like base coating, scenery, diorama stuff, whatever. And if you thin it out enough and know how to maintain or how to get the effect out of the paint that you need without breaking the pigment, honest to God, you can paint perfectly nice models with them.
See, this is a beautiful discussion. It's a beautiful discussion.
Beautiful.
I like paint. I like paint. I could talk paint.
I like turtles.
Turtles?
I like it a lot.
I like
paint. I like it a lot.
Can you all just recognize that dude completely cost that female anchor her fucking job? That 5-year-old kid. The I like turtles.
Yeah.
You remember, she was like, well, here on the riverfront here, like all these zombies are enjoying their carnival. And he's like, I like turtles. And she was just like, back to you. Like she had nothing to say to this kid.
What are you going to follow that up with, man?
Are you telling me that it cost her job, though?
I doubt she loves to go over it.
But... Really? You couldn't recover from this kid going like, I like turtles? Like, do you want to be a reporter?
You're choked out there, Margaret.
I like turtles.
Easy. At least she didn't choke him out there.
We're not putting Z in charge of the newsroom, is what we're saying.
Think about it. Like she was like, so hey, little man, like how are you enjoying the carnival? And he was like, I like turtles. And she just kind of looked at the camera for a second, and goes, and back to the studio.
I don't think she could possibly be responsible for the fact that she pulled that idiot out of the crowd. You know, I don't know what to say. It's like 3 kids over was like the next Stephen Hawking, and she picked I like turtles kid. Like he was a zombie. How was she supposed to know?
Like the kid who was awesome was that apparently kid. Apparently, I was on the roller coaster. Apparently, I had a really good time, and apparently, you're not supposed to eat the food before you get on the roller coaster. Apparently.
All right, on that note, we're gonna wrap this up. This has been Buildoff stream number 11, something along those lines.
Number 7.
7.
Nah, we on like 9 right now, 9 or 10.
This is a-
10, 11,
Brian said 11, and none of us went. Yeah, 11.
No, it's 11, but all the same. Thank you everybody for tuning in, participating in the chat, hanging out, doing the thing. My name is Brian. You guys know these guys. We got Pabs, we got Phil, we got Z, we got
Frankie.
Julio.
You got 2.
We got Frankie.
We got Frankie.
We got Budget Frankie over here.
Nib high football rules.
The chat. We didn't let him in the stream tonight because I don't know why exactly, but we'll talk about that. Once again, we'll be back next Tuesday for more of this with more of the other stuff and hopefully some creative things, and maybe the world is burning. So thank you all for stopping by. We'll see you all next time. Bye.
Toodaloo.